Hello, 4 people. In the woods. Open fire. There it is. I think you see it. You can't see it that way. I've changed the camera. There you go. Toasting. Evening, Nath. Evening, Lisa. Evening, Belfast. Evening, Libs. Right, sat in the woods by a fire. Fucking lovely. Lovely. I drop my charger. Ugh. But never mind. I was going to, yeah, it is a nice open fire. I was going to do a night of wild camping tonight, but I couldn't persuade the missus to have the granddaughter down to watch over her because she had school in the morning, which is fair enough. So, evening optical, evening Ben. So I've just come out for an hour or two. Too hot to sit in the fucking house. So yeah, nice open fire. It's a bit fucking hot at the moment. Fucking hell. I lit it 20 minutes ago. But I'm only a couple of minutes from the car, which is great. It's fucking great. All right, Uncle John. Big up Belfast. Big up Cheeky. Evening, Cheeky. Yeah, the fire's calming down a bit now. But yeah, it didn't take much to get it going at all. Lots of dry wood around. And I think I might have found my first live or video camping spot. So, you know, I can park the car fucking 5 minutes away. Less than that. Loads of dry wood here where people have fucking cut it and left it, and the forestry people have thinned out the trees and just left it all. So the fire's roasting. I'll take you off. Some nice logs on there, and there's loads of logs around as well. All dry, nothing green, all dry. That fucking account's gone. Don't do that. Don't come in here with fucking other people's faces as avatars, or you'll be goners straight away. I don't give a monkey nut. There it is. Pack it in. Pack it in. Got my fucking legs up. Like I said, I ain't been here long. It's time 20 past. I got here about 10 past 10, so I've been here 25 minutes and the fire's already raging. So, someone came in with someone else's face, and I ain't having it because that stuff's. All right, Adam, that stuff's strikeable, and yeah, not having it. Oh. Had a couple of young boy racers come past and see my car parked up in the gateway in the cattle grid. And they must thought, oh, what the fuck going on there? Looked over the wall and saw me sitting here with a fucking fire. I'm going to have to poke it or something in a minute. Isn't that what you're supposed to do when you're sitting by an open fire? Is like get a big fucking pointy stick and poke it. I should be able to turn it round a bit in a minute. Evening, evening. I know, Michael, that's why I've got one of these. Where is it? I've got a thing. You know, a thing. I've got a thing. Just in case there's any bears. You know what I mean? I've got a thing just in case there's any bears. We definitely need to poke the fire a bit already. You've got some brutes on her, see? Some brutes of logs. She's stoked up a little bit. Still fucking warm though. Yeah, that'll do it, Castrian. It's for collecting kindling. I see sparks as well coming off the fire. Fucking yawn. Fucking hell. Yeah, every 20 seconds. Oh, nice guy. Just sitting by a fire in the woods. Right, pork chop, this time of night, as you do. Right, man. So yeah, just sat in the woods by the fire. I've been going to bed a bit later, and you know, I've been going out for an hour before going to bed just to cool off a bit. You know, it's been too fucking hot. Too hot. Yeah, it's proper toasty again now. And you've got a couple of fucking sticks on it. Like McDonald said, I'm loving it. Right, Mark? Evening. Yeah, it is, Adam. It's, yeah. It's warm. It's warm. It's warm in the house, and I couldn't sit at the computer and have a smoke and drink tea. So I've got cold squash, got my backy, cold squash, fire. I've also got one of these. I don't know what use it is, but I've got one of them as well. Who knows what I'd need one of these for? Just in case someone tries to touch my car. Oh. Pick up, Bodger. Evening, Bodger. Yeah, I'm having a chill in the woods, Bodger. I was just saying at the start, I did want to come out for just one night sort of wild camp, and I wouldn't have come out till this time anyway, because all I would have done is strung a tarp up between these trees. and done exactly what I've done here. So, yeah, I couldn't persuade my missus to have the granddaughter down to, watch her. I'm only 10 minutes from the house, maximum 10 minutes from the house. So I can come out for an hour, but I don't feel comfortable myself going out for a whole night sea fishing or coming up to the woods, which is only 10 minutes from the house. I don't feel comfortable leaving my missus for the night on her own. I'd rather have one of the granddaughters there to ring me if needs be. I'm always gutted, even though I usually drive crappy old cars that are usually very low miles and reliable. I hate it when I lose one. Fucking hate it. Yeah, fucking lovely, yeah. Got some nice thick logs on there. Still burning me, but they're starting to chill out now. But the link's out there. I can't pin it because I just haven't got YouTube out to pin it. So I could have really set myself up a little bit better. To be honest. So look. Come here, chair. Yeah, fire. And a bit of me in the corner. In Zara. Yeah. Not got the best angle on the dangle on the phone. But that's the way StreamYard is. I can't zoom in or out, so. It's fucking warm here, though. Woo. And I am in there somewhere, honest. I'm in there somewhere. Yeah, having a blaze, sitting next to a blaze, Bodge. One of my favourite pastimes. But, yeah, me and my bro were chatting today about, where we can go sea fishing to do the same thing, stay overnight. And, hello.
Hello.
What, dude?
You alright?
Yeah, I'm very good, man.
Just
I'm sitting by an open fire, having a doobie. It's lovely, man. Just relaxing, cooling off, chilling out.
fair dues. Fair dues, fair dues.
That's better.
Before I just come on for a bit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm on for, but
I was
a
gonna
couple
do one. I was
couple
gonna
of
do one.
doobies.
I was gonna do one myself, but I couldn't be asked.
No, you gotta be feeling it, man.
Yeah,
Fuck
besides
that cop.
fucking
Ouch. Bastard.
Mystical, I'm fine. Fucking hell, man. I always get accused of being a miserable cunt. I'm alright.
Yeah, nice guy. I'm just up the up in the forest, just up on the mountain. Yeah, only for an hour or two.
Why do you sound like Suicide, Benson? Oh,
I'm not up to speed with the chat, to be honest. I'm behind.
Mr. Nice Guy, it's the same like why do you go and talk so much fucking shit? Nathan, Olololo, special needs. Fuck me. Fucking hell, someone put some fresh batteries in Nathan. Oh, I've got fucking plenty of fresh batteries. I'm looking loaded. Nathan's make me feel stoneder. Good. Hopefully it'll fucking knock you out. I don't have to fucking be bored to death by you on a fucking panel again.
Oh, this fucking fire's making me feel scorchy, eh? It's too hot. Look, battery's off.
I swear down, these fuckers that say they don't like me, but clearly they're just begging for some sort of attention. It's funny, isn't it?
Oh, they love you, Nathan Smith.
Yeah, I know they fucking do. They love me. They say they don't, but they really fucking do. They just scorch you for some attention. Fucking wanksters.
What's up?
You can't wind me up, special needs to save your fucking life. I just troll you fucking trolls.
Tell them, mate. Oh, we got another pass. Let me just
Ministry,
put the doodah up.
Ministry, do I get the go ahead to troll the trolls? Mystical, I fucking hate you.
Hey, you pork chop.
Yeah, how you doing, Ministry? Good, brother?
Yeah, good man. Good.
Yeah, good,
Just
mate. Good.
Chilling in the woods.
I've noticed, mate. What, you out camping?
No, I was fancying some wild camping tonight, but the missus put me off in getting the granddaughter down to stay with her, so I'll just come out for an hour tonight, just chill out and have a fire. That's all.
Ah, right. That's what I mean. Cause I heard you say you wanted to do. You're going to do some wild camping, and that. I just thought
Yeah.
you were out doing it, tonight, mate.
No, this will probably be my first spot. I wanted to wreck here because it's pretty close to the road, so
Yeah.
I wanted to have a look at how the ground is, and it's pretty flat, to be honest, so it's perfect for wild camping.
Yeah, man. Well, that's what I mean. You got to do a recce beforehand, don't you? You know.
Yeah.
I love me wild camping, me.
Yeah, I just wanted to come out tonight with a tarp and my sleeping bag and sleeping pad, but I'll do that in a week now because the granddaughter's down Wednesday anyway. So
Yeah, man. Yeah. Sweet. And how's Nathan? How you doing, Nathan?
I'm alright.
Yeah, you all right? You all right?
I'm fine.
Good. That's as long as everybody's fine. That's a good thing, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've had a shitter today, me Ministry, man. I've had a fucking shitter.
I saw your comment about your car.
Ah, yeah, man. It's weird, right? I've spent $1,000 on it to get the belts done on it. I put a new battery on it and everything, and it went in the garage, obviously, because it broke down on me. So I spent $1,000 on it the last couple of weeks in repairs, and then this morning I get saying there were no power whatsoever. I was going shopping for my dad because my dad's just come out of hospital, so doing my dad's shopping. So I go sets off, and I get to the bottom of the hill, like an hill that's near me, and I put my foot down in first gear. There was no fucking power, and I managed to get it up the top of the hill, get it round like in a circle. And as soon as I got it round in that circle, that way it fucking smoke were pooming out of the fucking back of it.
Oh dear.
So I'm saying it's a DPF problem. You know what I mean? DPF, and I ain't paying 800 quid. You know what I mean? Fuck that.
No.
So I managed to limp it back home, like near my house. I've limped it back home, fucking locked the fucking car. Well, I slammed the car door shut and fucking boot. So I've been out and bought another fucking car now. I just went out and got a 1 litre. You know what I mean? Because I only need a little fucking run around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
1 litre fucking Corsa. Bam, let's fucking have it. That's it. It cost me $1,000, but I'm not asked about that because I know they're easy to fix out the Corsa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's it. Well, you need something for work, don't you? So it's needs must, innit? Over, style and whatnot.
Well, that's it. All my kids are grown up now a bit more. You know what I mean? I don't have the caravan now, so I don't need a big 2 litre and shit like that. So I've just gone for a 1 litre fuckie that runs me around town, so I'm happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Felt weird driving it though. There's no power there, like, you know what I mean? There's no power like sort of thing. But hey, I'll get used to that.
Yeah, my little Rio is the same. It's a 1300 petrol, and it's the least powerful car I've had in a long time. But yeah, it does me like,
Yeah,
big enough for what I need. Good on fuel.
That's it, ministry, innit? You've got to think, like economy wise sort of thing, what you need it for, but what it costs you in tax, what it costs you in petrol and stuff like that. Where mine, I didn't really need that big car anymore because I'm only just going working it, shopping and picking the wife up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't need a big car like that.
No. Oh, I'm burning. Sort this fucking fire out. I think I'm probably just making it worse for myself.
So where are you? Like local woods to you, like,
Yeah. I'm 10 minutes from your house, that's all.
No, it's not bad, is it? You know what I mean? I'm about half an hour from my local woods where I can wild camp and stuff. I normally take the children down there, when we were young, when they were younger, like now, they probably will say, "Nah, I can't be arsed, Dad," you know what I mean?
Yeah, I drive up and it's about 5-10 minutes to get in and out the car and get the stuff out the car, about 10 minutes. So, I can walk to here in about 20 minutes.
That's not bad then, is it?
No. I wouldn't want to wild camp here at this spot on a regular basis because it's obviously pretty well used during the summer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Once you get out there wild camping, mate, you love it, don't you? I love it, mate, because once you're out wild camping, it's just, I like waking up and smelling the fresh air. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother mentioned about doing some overnight fishing, but the problem with around here, the ponds on the mountain that are good to fish, there is absolutely nothing to keep you warm, so to burn, and the bugs are awful, so. And I mostly like a fire to keep the insects away.
Yeah. So what have you been up to, Nathan, lad? What have you been up to?
Fuck all.
Nothing, mate. Hey, listen. There's no animosity with me. You can talk to me. You know that. You know what I mean?
Old and it's not there's any animosity. Just fuck all. That's my answer.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I'm trying to have a conversation, pal. That's all. I ain't having a go.
Relax, Nathan.
And I've just gone and told you that there's no animosity and I've been up to fuck all today.
All right. Is family well? Is family good? Yeah.
As far as I know. How's about you?
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a good
I'm
thing.
going to get accused of being suicidal in a minute because I told them my voice. I'm just waiting for it in the chat.
All right, mate. That's nothing to do with me. That's up to you, bro.
Oh,
You
I
know
know
what I mean?
it's not.
I don't
Nathan, you couldn't.
Easy now, prank or
Alright,
it's
Frank.
my mate. Prank.
Mr. Nice Guy. Listen, try not to fucking trip over and break your nose. It'll make your face even more ugly than it is.
Yeah, if anyone does want the
shut
link, you'll
up,
have to ask for it
Lisa,
because
for
I can't
fuck's
pin it.
sake. Lisa, stop getting involved. Jesus Christ. All the fucking time. What are you, my mother?
And if you don't mind, Ministry, I just want to put out to everybody out there, I've got no problem with nobody. You know what I mean? I've got no problem with all the argument shit. It's nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? I've not got a problem with anybody at all. You know what I mean? I don't get involved in shit. So
Yeah, I'll try not to. I've been dragged in, and I'll calm down. I've said most of my piece, so you know what I mean.
yeah, and that's me. You know me, Ministry, from day fucking one. I don't get involved in shit.
No.
Lisa, open your fucking ears. Someone's gonna go and send a chat in a minute. Oh, you sound fucking like you're suicidal. I'm not fucking suicidal. Like, fuck, am I suicidal? I'm just getting started on these
Yes,
cunts
Budge.
in this fucking
Yes, mate.
chat.
Yeah, I think
You're a bit bitey here to chat tonight, Nathan. You have been the last few days. You've been ignoring it the last few days when we've been having a giggle.
I'm having fun, Ministry. It's a bit of fun to me. These motherfuckers can't bother me to save their lives. Calling your mother self-entitled. She's your mother. Why are you? Hold on, Mr. Nice Guy. So are you now going for the low blows of bringing up fucking family? Fuck me. I thought you was a
Yeah,
bit
I
of
got
a
you,
cunt,
Frank.
but I
I
didn't
just
think you was that bit of a cunt.
sorry, I'm on the phone, so it's all small and shit.
Calling my mother self-entitled.
I like Prankme. I think he's a good lad.
Yeah. All right, Frank.
Easy now, people. I like
Easy,
YouTube,
Prank,
okay.
brother.
You're like the most realist guy on YouTube. The realist.
Who
What's
is?
going on? You're like one of the most realist guys on YouTube, innit? You wouldn't know.
I
Pork
try
chops
to be,
and that
mate.
there are, yeah. They're the most they're the most straight up guys on YouTube, and Robert, I'd say.
Fuck off. I'm the most
Yeah,
straight up guy.
Robert who sits in his attic as well, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean when it comes to stuff like this. Obviously, I know for a fact that I don't actually know everybody personally. You know what I mean? But I will speak to people as a person and with respect. You know what I mean? And that's the way it fucking be, isn't it?
That's
You
it,
know.
innit, lad? Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
though, chaps. You had a good one. I just heard a bit about your car then as I was coming in. Did
You
it
know
all
what?
end up going wrong, bro?
I used to bollock my children for slamming me car door. Yeah, you know, on the car, slamming my car door. I used to hate it. Me, don't slam my car, but I fucking did it today, mate. I slammed it. And I couldn't give a fuck. I was like, I give it a kick on the side. I went, that's it. You fucked. You're going. You've gone.
All right,
Well,
old timer.
he's still parked up on my road. Yeah, I've been out and bought a fucking new car now. I've got a new car, but that's going because it's a good thing because the person who I bought the car off, he owns a garage. He's gonna ring me tomorrow and get me other car. So it was like get rid of it for me. I just said fuck it, scrap the cunt. I can't be arsed with it. It's cost me that much in these past couple of weeks. Get fucking rid.
That's it, because you've put so much into it. It might be worth someone finishing off the expenses. Just
well, that's it. It's like I turn around. I could have put it as spares and repairs or whatever, but then it's the hassle of waiting for someone to come and say, right, well,
Yeah, it could take weeks to sell, couldn't it?
You know what I mean?
So
I just said to the guy, I just spent $1,000 there on a fucking Corsa, yeah? A Corsa. I've got it there, a little 1 litre. That'll do me to get her work, pick the wife up, do the shopping and shit. And when she's like past her driving test, she can use it because she won't have handled my insignia because it was a 2 litre big fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, would have felt like a bus to her, innit?
Yeah. So
Corsas, they're tiny, them, aren't they? It's practically a smart car.
Yeah, well, do you know what? To be quite honest, I sat in it today when I drove it, and you know what? It felt quite spacious, to be quite honest. But me thinking I'm used to a big car, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I sat in it and I drove it, and it actually felt right for a 1 litre. I didn't have the power. I didn't have that. That's what we're missing, the power. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I'm a
the
speed.
front of them's practically the same, and it's the back where you notice the size difference, isn't it? Like,
Yeah. And if you're used to like Vauxhalls, the seats always like they're always comfortable and feel the same ish.
Ish, yeah, ish, yeah. We're gonna say that, ministry, ish, yeah, but I've even got like a touch screen stereo in it and everything, where me Insignia didn't. You know what I mean? I've got a touch screen stereo now where I can.
Right, Binks, sat in the woods.
I can play movies on it, shit and stuff like that, but I won't do that while I'm driving. But you know what I mean? One of them. So that's an extra in for me. So I'm buzzing, you know. But
yeah, they're easier to maintain, these little 1 litres and that, aren't they?
That's it. That's what I'm saying. There's the parts and you know, to have it repaired, if it needs repairing, it would be cheaper than what my Insignia would be, because I think it's the DPF that's gone in my Insignia.
Oh, Anarchy.
And you're talking 800 quid for a new DPF, but when you go to these garages, they don't buy a brand new DPF because it's more than 800 quid. They put a second-hand one in it. How long's that going to last?
And it's the labour in it, the time it takes to do it, what adds up.
So
yes,
the best thing.
Can you highlight that big ass reply to Mr. Nice Guy just in case you didn't see it in the chat?
The best
yeah,
thing.
Hold on, just wrap it up with Dougal.
800 quid on a DPF. I just paid a grand there for another car.
I don't want to drop my doobie. It's worth more than both itself, mate. So there you go.
Spent the grand on a new car before, innit? But obviously,
well, I'm just like
attached to your car, innit?
Yeah, I've obviously spent a grand on it in these past couple of weeks to get the belts done and everything like that, and then you know what I mean. Yeah. So I was best off just
keep it off for a few minutes just for that motherfucker to read.
Yeah, if it gets to that point again, you're better off just getting a new car and just passing it off, aren't you?
Well, that's what I've done basically, and I've got a 1 litre, which is going to be cheaper to fix if it goes wrong with it. You know what I mean?
If you'd have listed that and told them there's problems, someone would have assumed it's the timing belt, and they would have found out the hard way, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but honestly, it wound me up because I opened the bonnet on this Corsa, right, and I felt like I felt like an hairdresser, like an hairdressing woman. Yeah, I opened the fucking bonnet and I looked at the engine. I looked at the engine compared to my fucking Insignia. I was like, what? There's no in there. It's like a microwave in there. What the fuck's going on? It's an hairdryer. Come on, you know what I mean?
Powered by Dyson hairdryers.
Honestly, mate, I was shocked looking at the fucking engine. I'm like, there's fuck all in there. But fuck it, that's what it is. You get older, you've got to drop down. You got to think it's one of them fucking eco life ones. So
I know, Agent. I'm keeping an eye on it, Agent. Sorry, Pork Chop, to speak over you there.
Oh, stop playing fucking victim, Agent.
Not a problem, Minister, mate. Don't worry. It's your life, mate. It's your life.
All right, ready.
What is it with these feministic women on YouTube these days?
Well, are you not a feminist, Nathan? You're not.
I'm definitely not a fucking feminist.
For women,
right, Nathan? Come on.
You can't believe
I'm definitely not a fucking feminist.
Nathan, I'm not having a go or anything like this, but do you not give it other people as well? Come off it. You know what I mean? So they
hold on. I don't go and play victim like fucking shit.
No, but I'm not saying you play victim. Yeah, but you go to other people. This is what I'm saying. You go to other people, so they were going to go at you.
Listen, I get it first, and I go back at them. Maybe what you're talking
about. I do want to borrow this, mate.
I want to borrow what the fuck is that? What is that? Show me that again.
So it's just my machete. It's my kindling.
Oh my word!
Waiting for the dog walkers.
I am in the woods, and there's not wild boar up here, but there is monkjack, and they do have little tusks themselves. So I'm in danger of being attacked by an extremely small deer, Nath. So, Agent
X.
Got to protect myself from deer.
That's you all the fucking time. You're a right little feminist.
You know what deer are like? They got sharp teeth and that.
I'm a feminist, Nathan. I believe women should have equal opportunities.
I identify as a lesbian myself. I like women that much.
I'm a lesbian too, me, because I love women.
Yeah, yep.
Well, I like women too, just not feminists.
What do you? Oh, I dread to. I'm not asking. I was going to ask.
Lad.
You probably don't know what it means, but I'll ask it anyway. What do you mean? What do you think of the women that did the Greenham Common protest during the 80s?
Who?
I wasn't
Yeah.
around. Are they the ones who
I
burnt
don't
the
even know
bras?
nothing about that, for fuck's sake.
Well, that's why I was going to say, and then I thought, no point asking Nathan because he's they were proper feminists, mate. Proper feminists, copper beating feminists, and all sorts.
No, I'm not. But when they start playing victim and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, but you're saying they play victim, Nathan, but don't forget you give them shit, so they're going to give you shit back.
No, they don't. They fucking start giving me shit fucking first, mate. You're going to look at the fucking chat. Come on, Porky. Listen, she fucking threatened to go to the cops about you if she hasn't already.
Yeah,
What
but
are
we've
you
sorted
talking about?
that out. You see, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
I
but there
didn't
you go. That's
Yeah,
my point,
but
and that's
this
what
is
she goes and
people
does.
move on, Nathan, a new
But that's
day,
what I
a
mean.
new start.
Yeah.
We sorted that out. We talked
Porky,
about that.
you're
We
just going to
sorted that
confirm my
out.
point, though.
You know what I mean? We sorted that out. That's
You've
nothing.
literally just gonna prove my point.
Whatever, prove your point, Nathan. Because at the end of the day, we're both grown adults who could talk about it and sort it out. You know what I mean? I don't carry on about it and call people.
No, but hold on. But you're coming at me. Like I'm saying,
I'm not coming at you. I'm not
she's a
coming
little
at you,
feminist.
Nathan.
Listen. Look, Porky. She'd be happy enough for the police to come and knock at your door for fuck all, just to feel powerful. And they're your facts. That's what she tried doing. Did they knock at your door? That's none of our business, to be quite frank.
No, they didn't knock at my door because we sorted it out.
It's not about woman, that, and feminism, is it? It's because men will do the same. There's loads of male grasses on YouTube constantly falling in fire. Of
course there is. Of course there is. That's what I'm saying, Nathan. If you keep on going about it, you're going to get the stuff in the chat, aren't you? This is what I'm saying.
Hold on. They fucking started first, mate. What are you talking about?
Well, I don't know because I didn't see that. I don't know.
This is the thing exactly. Don't just assume. If you're not looking at the chat, you can't really go and comment because you haven't really seen the before and after.
Yeah, but end of the day, Nathan, I've not took no one side. If you listen,
you just did by basically.
What was the first comment? What was the first comment?
I didn't take no one side. I've not took no one side.
You literally just going to accuse me of going to people in the chat.
No,
they were the ones that started it.
Not just now, Nathan. You do it.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, but you
should I go and screen record it when it comes off his live stream and send it to you at Pork Chop?
No,
you can eat your own words.
I mentioned, Nathan, that you always have.
No, you did not. You literally
tonight.
Just once said. You literally just insinuated.
Am I right or am I wrong, Frank? Did I mention he always has to go at people in chat from before?
Oh, you just fucking said it. I'll tell you what. I'll screen record it when we come off this live.
You were basically saying that he shouldn't react. You wasn't saying that he did.
Oh, sorry, we got
you were saying that he shouldn't.
I can see you there, Rob. Hold on.
Second, chill out, bro. Fucking hell.
No, I don't need to go and chill out. Fuck all. Don't go to me to go and chill out. You don't like it, go and fuck off somewhere else.
Chat.
That's fine.
Chill out, big man. Calm down.
You're right there, Rob. Sorry, I didn't see you. I was putting wood on the fire.
You need to chill out.
That's quite all right, bro.
I need to go and chill out. Fuck all, prank.
Yeah, good man.
Trust. Hello, Rob. Oh my god.
Good evening.
Right, how you doing? Where the fuck have you been, my husband, man? We're supposed to be getting married in a couple of weeks, you wankstein. Jesus Christ.
Wow, you know what I mean? Yeah, the stress of sorting out the fucking wedding just got to me, mate. I needed a break.
I knew you was gonna fucking leave me to do it all.
Brandon, tell him the truth. You ain't gonna marry him now after you've seen his antics on the fucking tubes.
Oh, fuck off, Porcho. Don't start it.
I'm just surprised to see you two on the same panel. Fucking hell.
I know.
I prefer not to be, but I mean, I love ministry too much. We're having too much fun.
Come on, Nathan.
Right with you.
You can't hold on to shit.
Hello, Michael. Hello, Agent X. Hello, Cheeky Shots. Hello, everyone. Just thought I'd fucking pop on. I thought it was a nice chilled fire stream and shit, and then fucking
It is, Rob.
Fucking start. You know what I mean? And
don't you fucking start now, you wanker.
See Rob Brandon.
I'll fucking have you as well.
You couldn't have a fucking cheese sandwich, you
twat. Shut up. Listen, we all know you ate all the burgers in McDonald's the other day. They told me, I saw ya.
Fuck McDonald's. I'm a Burger King, man. Fucking.
We said that at the same time, man. Fuck McDonald's.
Yeah, fucking nasty stuff. I've been chilling, getting my head sorted. I've given up ganja now for about 3 months, I think it is. Maybe more. Fucking.
Well, fuck off, Robert.
Yeah, fucking gave it all up, mate.
You haven't done it. No, I'm not having that, Rob. You're full of shit.
Yeah, well, there you go, Porky. You're telling Porkies again.
You're full of shit,
Give
Rob.
it all up, mate.
I know you personally. You not to give that shit up.
I'd swear down on your life.
Long did you smoke?
On your life and on Nathan's virginity, I swear I ain't smoked in the last 3 months.
Fuck off, leave my virginity out of it, you little cunt.
Oh, dear. But yeah, no, it's taken at least 2 months to get my head working properly because I've been smoking 30 plus years. And
good on
you know when they say smoking stumps your growth, fucking you look at Rob and
I'm 6'5" now since I've given up.
Started smoking at 13 and it
that's why he's 5'2".
I'm the same, Prank. Started early and I've been sort of all the way since.
Rob Random, you're taking the piss, Rob. I know you personally. I've met you. You're full of shit. You give that shit up.
Right, you asked Tezza. Right, I even made him give up for a little while, but he couldn't handle it. Couldn't do it.
You joke, right? I'm gonna
this is the first time I've ever wanted to give up.
I'm ringing Tezza tomorrow, and if he says that you've come off the fucking shit, I'm telling you,
Rob,
it's bullshit.
Rob, you watch next. They're gonna ask you to go to a solicitor and have it fucking signatured on a piece of paper.
You know what I mean?
No way, Rob. Fuck off.
The only thing I haven't given up is smoking just normal fucking roll-ups.
Bullshit. No, I know you're fucking bullshitting.
Rob, they're gonna ask you next to stick all cameras all around your property and film yourself.
Rob Random, how long have I fucking known you? You're full of shit.
They're either going to ask you next to film
you don't know me very well then, do you, Porky? You don't know me well enough because when I say I'm going to do something, I've done it. I spoke to old Society X because when he went off for like 5-6 weeks, didn't he? And he was clearing out his fucking brain, gave up, but he's back on it. I promised my kids, well, I didn't promise my kids, I just told my kids, I told everyone around me, I'm giving up. I had some laced weed, mate, and I had some bad psychosis fucking nights, and that was it. I was like, fuck this shit, fuck it off out, and go without it. And now I've got through like a few months. I don't need it. I've got an ounce of gear up in my cupboard that I've had since back then, just so I haven't got to think, fuck, I ain't got anything. I better go and get something. A few times I've been tempted on like detecting weekends and that, you know what it's like. You're out. It's like, you know,
right.
I would love to be out, you know, camping or whatever and having a joint, but I've kept off it, mate. Literally kept.
Well, I'll tell you what. Then the next fucking dig we go on, so next weekend we go on and we're both there, right? Don't come to my tent expecting a spliff off me. I'm going to tell you now. You give up, you can fuck off.
No,
yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely, fucking. Yeah, I mean, if I did ask, don't give it to me. Fucking stab me in the eye.
No, I won't do because I said no. You give up. I won't give it to you.
No, 100% giving up. Whether I go back on it one day, a little bit or whatever, but I don't think I would. It would just fucking make me feel ill as fuck now. I swear. But like, literally, I went through a psychosis sort of moments, and fuck that shit, mate. It was fucking terrifying.
Right, if it's true, Rob, then fair play to you, mate. Fair play.
That is true, mate. I ain't a lie.
Yeah, you can tell by the tone of his voice. It's true. It's proper surprise, do you, though?
Rob,
yeah, but it's because I personally know him. I've met him. You know what I mean? I personally
I kept off the lives and everything, mate, because I'd sit here smoking all fucking night on a live. So it was a case of, right, okay, drop the things where you smoke a lot usually. So I dropped all that, started doing other stuff, making sure I kept myself busy. You know what I mean? When you give up, you suddenly got a bit more inspiration to do shit and actually do it. Instead of sitting there going, oh, I wouldn't mind going and, I can't be bothered, I'm having another joint, fuck it. Can't be bothered. You know what I mean? It makes you lazy and that. And I've got through that now. And I do a lot more shit and a lot more stuff.
Our Nathan should take some inspiration off you of trying to hunt pussy down. You know what I mean? Where you give weed up, he could give pussy up. You know what I mean?
Well, if I fucking got back fucking chasing the pussy, I'd definitely be back on it on heroin or something fucking stronger. Dealing with women, I nearly said bitches then for a minute, but no, it can't be. But yeah,
just go and call them fucking bitches just for the sake of it.
No, because women ain't bitches.
Well, not all of them, but some of them are.
No, all women are, even if they're nasty, even they can be nasty, they're still women.
No.
And
Listen, if I think a woman's being a bitch, I go and call her a bitch, man. Fuck.
So all the women in the chat, I'm gonna say woman power, women power.
Women power. Oh, don't be fucking.
You know I don't drink, mate, but I've started having
You're gonna go nick fucking Agent X's fucking ass. She'll fucking go and turn you in a sec if you go and say the most wrongest thing.
Nathan, no, I'm not gonna go and lick Agent X's ass. We've like I've said, we've had our problem.
She will turn on you in a fucking tick, mate. Just for saying the most slightest of things.
No. Do you know why? Because I've got a wife, I've got a daughter. You know what I mean? And I've got so much respect for them. And do you know why? And my mother, and I've got respect for them. But simple fact is because they're ladies. And I tell you what, if it worked for them in my life, I wouldn't be here, mate.
Okay,
if it wasn't for females, no one would be here, would they?
Exactly. If it wasn't for females, no one would be fucking here. You wouldn't be
here.
I
don't fucking believe that for shit.
Considering a bitch is a female dog, it is a bit of a bad term.
You're a glass empty type of guy, Nath. Sometimes, isn't you?
I'm a what?
A glass empty type of guy.
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, sometimes it's very hard to get a positive comment out of you about some things. We've been having a giggle for the last week, and now today you've been very positive, negative, I should say, rather than the positive.
Nathan. Fucking can. If people don't like it, they can go and choke on a fucking popsicle or a or one of those wivers for I give a shit.
There you go, Agent X has just put that in the chat. There you go, Nathan.
If it's male or female, you've got to show respect to get respect.
Read that, Nathan. There you go.
Stop trying to cause trouble. Oh, Agent X, fuck off. I must speak. If you don't like it, go fucking choke.
But it's right, Nathan. You have a negative thing to say about somebody, even though they're in chat, even though they're not on panel.
I don't give a fuck, mate. It's not negative. It's me. It's me speaking my opinion. Listen, just like everybody's got a fucking opinion. It's not negative. It's an opinion. So all right then.
You think women are bad, Nathan?
You were saying about me all those weeks back then. So that must be negative shit then, yeah.
What do you mean all them weeks back?
Well, that fucking shit you were saying about me all those weeks back, that's got to be negative shit then. If my opinions are negative and it can't be an opinion, that means that everybody's fucking shit coming out of their mouth is a negative and not an opinion.
What was said from me about you, right? It was just a thing that was brought to me, yeah. So I
brought to you, yeah, but with fuck all evidence though. With fuck all evidence, and there's still been no evidence. You can go and prove nothing because there's no evidence to have.
Well, hence why I've not said nothing since, yeah, Nathan. Hence why I've not said nothing since.
You haven't said nothing since. You went away and jumped the bandwagon because you got fucking banned from my channel.
You banned me from your channel because Rob were on there.
No.
I know you've unblocked me now.
What do you mean? What else you got to go and do with Rob, for fuck's sake? Jesus Christ. What's he got to go and do with Rob?
Not me, Rob.
Yeah, because Rob's a girl, isn't he?
What, Rob who? Rob who? What Rob? Random. What are you talking about? Hey?
Well, Random. I'm in touch with my feminine side, don't you?
There you go, you see. You see what I mean? It's all a laugh and a giggle, Nathan. That's all it is.
Well, if you don't like me and my seriousness, then go and check on the
Nathan,
workers.
I've not said that I don't like you. I've never said that I don't
I
like
don't.
you.
I couldn't give a fuck if you did or you didn't like me. I'm
Well,
tired
there
of
you go,
pleasing
but
people.
this
You
is
like
what I'm
me, you hate
saying.
me. Listen,
I'm not
I'm not
arguing
changing
with
for
you,
no
Nathan.
cunt.
I'm not arguing
If people
with
don't like me, who the fuck I am, fine. Go and choke on the workers.
but that's what I mean. It's not that I don't like you, Nathan. This is what I'm saying, and I don't have a problem with you. This is why I've never fucking had a dig at you or anything like
I think
that.
what
You
Mark
have had a
is
dig
saying,
at me,
he knows he
now
hasn't got a
talking
chance
shit.
with you, Nathan. So it's not a case of not liking you. He likes you a bit too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Ministry knows I'm not like that.
I might as
Frank
well go and
knows
jump
I'm
off
not
the
like
closest
that.
cliff than Rob Brandon because
People in the chat like Agent X, Adam Sky, Zara B, all of them know I'm not that type of person to cause shit.
You did though.
No, I didn't cause no shit with you,
Yes,
Nathan.
you did. Oh, fuck
No,
off.
I
Should I go
didn't.
back
No,
and get
I
Yes,
didn't.
you fucking did. Yes,
I
you did.
didn't, Nathan.
Yes, you did.
No, I
Yes,
didn't.
you did.
Somebody else
You
did, and I
jumped
just
onto
jumped
Rob
on the
Brandon's panel
bandwagon.
just to go
I
and
jumped
fucking
on the
go and,
bandwagon. I
snake out and
admit
go
I
and call
jumped
me a
on the
fucking
bandwagon.
pussy and all sorts. You think I've
Yeah.
forgotten all that?
Because I jumped on the bandwagon. That's what I'm just
You
saying to you.
fucking
I
you jumped on the
bandwagon.
bandwagon because you're a fucking idiot. Because you got blocked from my fucking channel because someone said you're a boring cunt for carrying saying the same fucking thing over and
You
over
didn't
and
call
over
me
again.
a boring cunt. What did you call me?
Nathan
A
Ginger
tedious cunt?
Virgin.
You call me. I've always called you that as a laugh.
All right,
Oi,
Smiler.
No,
There
but
you go.
you're a boring
Hello,
cunt.
mate.
You do act like a ginger virgin, to be fair, the way you
Yeah, and it was
Oh,
just
here
a
we
laugh.
go again, prank. What
It
the
was
fuck
just
do
a
you know,
laugh,
you
Nathan.
dipstick?
It weren't.
Well,
no
I've seen a
fucking-
lot of ginger virgins in my time, and you act
So
pretty
fucking
Evening,
what?
Smiler. Hope
What the
you're
fuck
well.
would you know?
Oi, Rob. How you doing, mate?
Fucking twat.
All good, bro.
How you
All
doing,
good.
Smiley? You good?
Oh, you good, folks?
I'm good, mate. Yo,
Yeah.
that's good. Good news, mate. Good news.
You want to go to a decent mechanic and just get the centre knocked out your DPF? Drive
Well,
on.
I got told that today to get it cut out.
No, not cut out. Just knock the middle out.
Yeah, block it off.
Then the car will... No. All they'll do is they'll go through the DPF with a drill straight down through the centre, and then the car will breathe on.
Right. I've had enough of it though now, Smile. I've got a new car. Fuck it. I'll scrap the bastard. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Smile. I've had enough of it now. You know what I mean? So it's done. It's done now.
Right, you've made your mind up. You're in a little 1 litre. You're happy.
I am actually. I'm quite happy because it's actually spacious. You know what I mean? There's actually, I expect it to be tiny inside, but it's actually quite good. So I'm happy.
Not interested, cheeky.
You know what I mean, Smiling now. Fuck it.
You want to fuck off these new cars, Porky. Fuck the new cars off. Get yourself an old sort of 20, 30-year-old wagon, and you literally, what you got to do? Change the spark plugs and fucking shit like that. You can do it all yourself then, isn't it?
But that's why I just went. I was either going to go for a Punto or a Corsa, and I've picked the Corsa, right? And I've bought it. It's there. You know what I mean? Because parts are cheap, aren't they? Parts are fucking cheap. You know what I mean? So fucking there we go. That's it. It's done. The wife can drive it then when she passes her fucking test. You know what I mean? Because she won't be able to drive the Insignia because it's like a bus to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing with a lot of the new wagons and all the SUVs and that. If it won't fit in a fucking normal parking space, it's too fucking big. Simple as.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I just thought, fuck it, let's go for it. 1 litre.
All right, Mark, is that you, fella?
Oh, hi there.
Oh,
Evening.
there's my mate, Mark Kelly. I love Mark Kelly. He's
All
a top geezer.
All right, everyone. How's it all going?
How you doing, Mark, brother?
Yeah, good, man. Nice and chill.
On the panel, I can't see. It's obviously you, Pork. How you doing, Porky?
I'm good, my brother, and you?
Yeah, all good, mate. Who else? I can't see Ministry.
Hello, Mark.
We got Nathan, Smiler, Rob Random, and Prank Audits.
Smiler. Rob Random, how you doing, Rob?
Oi, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Who's the last one?
Prank Audits.
Plank Audits out. I don't think I've had the pleasure of talking to you, Plank. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. We've spoke before, Mark. Different names, though. And remember Singing Voice from years ago?
Singing Voice.
Yeah, musical tones in the background, auditing auditors.
I can't remember, mate. I remember your channel, your auditors, yeah, but I never.
We've
I don't
spoke
think I
before,
ever
though.
spoke.
You all right, bro? Yeah.
All right, yeah, cool, man.
Yeah.
Good to see you, man. It's like because I there's sort of not many new people. What sort of? I'm not saying you're new because you've been around a while, but what come onto these panels? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't really
Yeah,
see
good
new
to
people.
see
It's
you.
a shame,
And
really,
Rob,
isn't it?
Rob, you've been around a while though, Rob, haven't you? Hello.
Who are you talking about? Rob Random?
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, bruv. I was just going off to get another can of drink.
Yeah,
yeah, well,
yeah.
I suppose a year or two now on this auditing one. I've been on tubes for fucking donkey's years, but yeah, around these bunch of crazy motherfuckers. Yeah, about a year or two now.
I'm quiet, me, Rob. So don't even put me in that.
That's
category.
your fucking fault that I fucking come into this community. You
I
cunt.
know it fucking is, isn't it? I brought Rob Random over here.
Yeah, come over here. It's a fucking crack, mate. Oh yeah, I'll come over. Oh fuck, mate. Okay, Min, you was starting a little conversation earlier saying about the old Aldermaston women and all the from the 60s, wasn't it? Fucking the marches to Aldermaston, AWE, all that. That's literally 5 miles away from me. In the 80s, we used to drive past all the old women in the camps and that. There were some crazy women there, though. They, you know what I mean? They left their families, they left their kids, left their husbands, and then stayed there for fucking donkey's years, and actually made absolutely no fucking difference whatsoever. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that they were still there. They're not there nowadays, but yeah, fucking that ruined a lot of families. That and for no fucking good reason. You still get them every now and again blockading down the road from me now, which is where they make the warheads for the submarines, and they block the front of there, and they get dragged off soon enough. But you know, we gotta have nukes. If we didn't have nukes, we'd be nuked. Simple as fucking. You know what I mean?
All right.
The only trouble is our nukes don't work.
Yeah, how do you know that, Smile?
As long as we've got the thing to say we've got them, whether they fucking work or not, it don't matter. But we've got them, and we'd smash it with them if we had to. That's what everyone does, isn't it? No one's gonna fucking use them.
Let's dig into Smiler's comment then. How do you know they don't work, Smiler?
Well, look at the test firing they did from the submarines. They went up and plopped back down again.
So that's your whole basis that our nuclear bombs ain't going to work?
Well, no, ours are so old. They're rented from the US. The US has got the contract to service and repair them. We bought others cheaply from the US because we gave them an island.
So you're saying when it's all going to kick off, yeah, which it surely is at some point, is that when we're all ready and we press that red button, it's going to go, sorry, mate. No, the computer says no. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, look at the age of them, Mark. I mean,
yeah. What I'm saying,
British Army of the Rhine. You know, they go back to the early 80s. Some of them.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't mean they're not going to work, though, does it?
All right, Michael.
They did an embarrassing test fire, didn't they? And they just went up and came back down again. They didn't even go the distance they were supposed to go.
All right, so fuck then. Is that what you're saying?
We've got plane mounted nukes that are ready to go at any point.
There's
So
thousands of them with
air to surface. So
we've got the Polaris,
ballistic missile, Polaris type, with small nuclear warheads.
Yeah. Right,
so they're more of a fuck off rather than a big bang.
I'm going to jump off now, mate, because I'm going to get myself ready for work in the morning and that, mate. Thank you for letting me on, buddy.
No worries, Pop Shop. Anytime.
You enjoy using your crank handle to get your old fucking motor working in the morning, mate. You get your energy up for that.
It's all right. I'll get the wife doing that in morning ready. You know what I mean?
Crank your handle.
Big respect, guys. Have a great night and a great week coming. So big respect.
Tell our chops. Thank you.
Great job.
Fuck off. Yeah, good boy.
Who said fuck off?
Me. He can fuck off. I can puff going this early.
Yeah. Yeah, got to agree. Mate.
Now
He
he
does
here.
come across as a bit of a pup. So Norman Benson, what you been up to? How are you? Hello,
Who's that?
Benson.
He's probably making one of his long-winded coffees.
He's one of his machines.
He's got his mouth full of skips.
Well, cheese and onion Walkers is Nathan's favourite.
That's only because I like him. But he has the powder puff version. He has the lights. You know what I mean? Not quite cheesy and not quite oniony enough.
Yeah.
So, Ministry, what made you just get up and camp out tonight? Just fancied it, nice evening and that?
Yeah. Well, I fancied, because of the weather, just really, I just fancied a bit of wild camping. But like I said earlier, Mrs. wouldn't let me get the granddaughter down to stay with her. So I've just come out for some fresh air. It's that time of year I'll start doing outside streams. So I'm just out for an hour or two, that's all. Just having a little burn up and recceing out this place for wild camping. So
sweet, mate.
Fucking hell, what was that just went behind you, Min? Something just fucking shot around behind you.
Cars on the I'm about 5 yards from the fucking road where I am. Yeah.
No, it's like a tall, skinny man-looking thing. Fucking hell, mate.
Oh yeah, one of them. Yeah, Slender Man.
Slender looking.
Yeah, Slender Man. I've got something for Slender Man.
Joe's in Edinburgh. He's in Edinburgh. It can't be a tall, slender man. Joe lives in Edinburgh.
Hey, I wouldn't even clean my fingernails with that tiny little fucking thing.
Yeah, it's just nice to be outside and
I literally was going to go out and have a fire. And then I see you having one. I thought, wow, can't be bothered now.
We'll be back in 5, yeah?
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Hey, Adam. Yeah, Zara reckons it was a war. You got fucking spookies next year. Next weekend, I'm going to Shepton Mallet for a weekend dig. And I was having a look to see what was around that area for, like, on the Thursday, because it's going to be a bit early. Prison. Yeah, the oldest prison in the world, isn't it? So I'm going to be going
fucking, there. I've been to Shepton Mallet, not as an inmate, but I've been there. And yeah, it's grim. It's grim.
Yeah,
to be honest.
People shot against the wall. Now I'm going to take my pointer and see if I can find any bullets in the wall. Fuck it.
That's right, Agent. Hit the light, chicken fuckers! Oh, shouldn't really be shouting this time of night in the woods. It's echo.
Shouting chicken fucking.
There'd be someone fucking half a mile away thinking, did I just hear right? I'd be carrying this time of night.
Yeah, quite. Just scream a few times. See if it gets something. Yeah.
I'll either attract the fox and get savaged, because you know how savage foxes are, or like I said, why I brought my machete with me is to protect me from muntjac deer. So
yeah, you could fucking
the savage little bastards, isn't they? You know.
They're fucking they're headstrong little bastards. They are.
Well, they're sly, aren't they? They're quiet and they attack you from behind. So there you go.
Sounds like Nathan.
They're very hard to see. I'm only saying it because someone photographed one on the mountain up behind me the other day, and it's very rare to see deer around here because we are right on top of the mountain. So the muntjac are actually moving into this forest where I am. So,
well, you got wild boar. I know Tidy. He goes detecting around an area, and he says, "No, I ain't going in those fucking woods because the wild boar, and they will chase you, especially if they got young'uns around. They will fucking have you."
Yeah, 15-minute drive, and I'm in red deer and wild boar country. So, there's there's got to be one or two made their way up this way, but there's big sort of agricultural and pasture belts from where they are to where I am, with not a lot of woodland cover. So, and a lot of them like woodland, don't they, for their cover to sleep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's it.
that's why I was surprised that there's like pictures of muntjac up here. It's like weird. But
Yeah, we get
I knew they would eventually. All the deer are being driven out by the wild boar, so they're being outcompeted, and that's about the end of it. It's, the deer have got to move on to pastures new.
Mad. I know I've seen a few cars around here that have hit muntjacs, because if you hit one and kill one, you're not allowed to pick it up, are you?
No.
But the car behind you, he can stop and pick it up. So, traveling frees, go around a bit of car hunting, but they wreck your car. They've got solid little heads on those bastards, and they literally go through your engine block. Fucking nutty little fucks.
Yeah, argument I've had up close and personals with wild boar in the Forest of Dean, and just Monmouth's only sort of 15, 20 miles away from me, and that's where the boar and the red deer are in the fallow. So I've had lots of encounters with wild boar, and
what do you have to do?
Scary
leg
bastard.
up a tree or something. Fucking, can't climb.
Well,
can they?
to be honest, most of mine have been in urban environments. So either they've crossed the road in front of me, going through the forest. But towns like Lydney, Colford, places like that have got awful problems. In Colford, I think there's videos on the tube of it, of a mother and her piglets or hoglets, whatever, taking out all the new flowers and that planted by the council, but the mother was stopping people going in the co-op. She was actively guarding the door. So, yeah, I think it's on YouTube.
Can you hunt them? Can you legally hunt them, wild boar? I think you can, can't you?
You have to get licenses, but yeah, you can legally hunt them. Yeah, but you do need licenses. But you obviously people with firearms licenses, you need the written permission from the landowner, and you also can hunt them with bows or crossbows, as long as you've got permission from the landowner. Or compound bows, I should say. Bows or compound bows. Crossbows are a bit. They are legal, but they're a bit of a sore subject, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wild boar. I know in Europe and that they're big. Are they big here? Like, how big do they grow?
Huge. The wild boar. They're massive.
They got nasty fucking big tusks on them and all, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, if you drive through the Forest of Dean, say drive down from Gloucester, through the Forest of Dean, through Mitchell Dean, Colford, you're virtually guaranteed to see wild boar and deer. Because they root up the new, the council will come round and mow all the long stuff, put new plants and bulbs in. 10 minutes later, the wild boar are there digging them out.
What, in the broad daylight?
In the broad daylight, yeah. Middle of the day. They're that brazen about it.
That's the thing, I suppose. If you did go after them with either crossbows or bow and that, and you ain't a good enough shot, and you don't get a kill shot in, then you've got an animal that is a bit of a vicious bastard, injured, and then you know what I mean.
In pain, yeah.
Fuck that.
All bow hunting in the UK is banned.
It's banned now, is it?
Yeah, it's been banned for a long time.
How about it then, Smiley? You done a bit of hunting, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, I thought they were legal because, you can buy broadhead tips from and everything from UK prepper shops.
Listen, when I was working abroad...
It's been illegal since 1965.
Was that when you stopped?
He stopped when he was in his 70s.
Yeah.
You know.
I used to work with this guy, and he was a wild boar hunter. He was a fat Romanian. I tell you, who he looked like. Remember that film? What was that name of that film? Midnight Express. You remember the top prison guard? Remember that film? No one remember it?
Yeah,
Midnight
yeah,
Express?
yeah, yeah.
Do you remember the guards? The horrible cunt.
The big one with the fucking horrible looking stash.
Yeah, horrible looking cunt. And he was the health and safety officer. And he actually looked like a big wild boar. I thought, look at you, fat fuck. And then health and safety. If you looked at this guy, you'd think, man, you heart attack soon. You know what I mean? It really was. But one thing I will say is he started losing a lot of weight. And we couldn't make out why. And then I was in the big supermarket abroad, and there he was on the other counter, and I saw his shopping, and I thought, that's what he had a weird diet. He had 4 sacks of apples, with about 20 apples in it, and then he had 4 pallets of sausages with about 20 sausages in it. So he must have just been eating sausages and apples. And that's how he lost all the weight, yeah. But he was an horrible cunt, man. And he used to go. He was out hunting boar. That's what he worked for, was to go and hunt boar.
Yeah, it's legal all over Europe.
Yeah.
Even though our numbers are more, it's legal all over Europe. But yeah. Optical for in between Lydney and Cinderford is one of the best places.
In all honesty, I don't mind a bit of fishing and that, but I couldn't walk up to an animal, put it in my sights and blow its fucking head off. I couldn't do that. I just think, nah, I'm not doing that, man. That's not for me. How about you a bit, ain't you?
So I missed that. What was that?
I think I miss every time I ask you that question. You've done a bit
what was it? Say again.
You've done a bit of hunting.
Yeah, plenty of it.
Yeah?
Yeah, plenty of it.
What, shooting and all that?
Well, the controversial fox and hounds and shooting, yeah.
All right. So what do you shoot? Rabbits and shit?
Rabbits, foxes.
What, you blow the foxes? What do you shoot them with then? Like shotgun?
2-2 rimfire.
Yeah. What, blow it straight in the middle of the eyes and blow its head off?
Yeah.
Wow.
I like a rabbit, but I was never one for foxes. Not with my dogs. All my rabbit was done with dogs.
No, I like foxes. I don't mind shooting rabbits, especially the ones that have got mixy. We used to shoot them on a farm, and they had a big mixy problem, and the little rabbit would literally stand there looking at you while you're singing pellets by its head, getting your fucking aim.
Mixed race.
We used to get calls all the time, Rob, from farmers, because I'm sort of semi-rural. Can you come and help us out? There's just bunnies everywhere that can't see for shit, and they're no. Horrible. Myxomatosis affects the rabbit's immune system, and it's just horrible.
Oh, when you see them after you shot them and that, and they're like, fucking disgusting, proper horrible. It's not a nice fucking way for a little bunny to go. Well, shit, never fucking showed that in the film, did they, fuckers?
Mixed rabbits, you can walk up to them and pick them up.
Sorry. Yeah. What do you mean, Rob? The shot or the myxomatosis? Hello.
Myxomatosis is one of the most horrible things I've seen ever to happen to an animal. Man-made disease.
What is it?
Man-made disease.
It fucks their brain up. Their eyes get all gummed up, and they, like go over all sort of grey. They go blind. They're like literally
can't feed.
Yeah,
basically, Rob, you're taking them out of their misery, which is fair enough. I get that.
They're walking zombies.
Literally, it is. It's like a fucking rabbit zombie. Like I said, they'd just sit there and like hope you hit them in the head. I think half the time, because they wouldn't know what the fuck's going on. But yeah, we used to take them out. I mean, I don't mind killing an animal because I'm a meat eater. And if it's a edible animal, then I've got no qualms about killing it to eat it. You know what I mean? I think that's the only way I can justify eating meat is that I'm able to kill it and eat it. You know what I mean? But killing,
I totally get that.
Killing for sport is not for me. That's why.
No.
Don't go for that sort of thing. So but I will eat a horse burger, and that's an easy kill.
I think, Rob, with all that kind of stuff, killing for sport, I think the Yanks have bang up for that because they're brought up with them guns and their like how fucking granddads would have took your dad to the football game and in the sun or fishing or whatever. They do that with hunting. And they just, their granddad goes and the dad and the son and then the grandson, and it's just inbred for them. And I remember one of the Yanks, he gave me these magazines. I said, fuck that, I don't want that. Get it away from me. And it was all fucking, sitting there with the antelope with the fucking severed head.
The old big game hunting and that. I know there is a case, with certain animals. I mean, I'd see on YouTube that shoots the baboons. They have like troops of baboons, and it bait up a fucking area of like loads of oranges and that, and it'd be in his hide, and it'd take out the main baboon that's running it. So it splits them up because there's too many of them, and they're destroying. That's the thing. We fucked up the world enough that we put things out of order. So you get one animal that's fucking taking over. And need controlling. It's like deer need controlling in certain parts.
They definitely do.
Need controlling. And it keeps them. I think it's a known fact that I can't remember where it was, but they take out deer and the rest of the population get bigger and fatter and are more well off and they're healthier. And then if you leave them, and there's too many deer, they're all underweight, and that when they do get shot, they're all underweight, and so these things have got to be controlled in a proper way. That that is like a proven sort of way to keep things healthy. But in general, us as a race, we don't generally do that.
I get what you're saying, Rob, but I don't believe in that because I think the animal kingdom would find a way in the end. Nature finds a way.
I mean, it would have to mean us as an animal needs to be fucking wiped out, which
the trouble is we've been building on too much land, so there's too many concrete jungles to give them the land. So you've got to do wildlife husbandry.
Yeah. It's like foxes, isn't it? The wild foxes are all, in all our towns and that. They found their way. There's like, right, fuck it. We ain't got any countryside left to go and do. So we're going to survive in the city, and they do. They survive well.
And then you got the councils catch them, trap them, and then bring them down to the countryside. But before they bring them down to the countryside, they actually nuke them or denack them. And like I mean, we've shot foxes that have been in the countryside, and then like we used to have to go and pick them up for the farmer as well. And you find them all stapled and shaved where they've been neutered, so that they can't have young stock.
Yeah,
but they've been turned out by council. We've had Milton Keynes vans coming down, and we thought it was the old Bill. And like before you went out on a shooting party, you used to have to give the grid references on where you're shooting that night, so that if they get any phone calls, then they know that there's a shooting party in the area. So we used to have to give them, and we had a van turn up, and it was like, oh fucking hell, old Bill are here. Right, we'll go over and speak to them. It wasn't old Bill, it was Milton Keynes Council with a load of cages in the back releasing Milton Keynes city foxes into the countryside, and they can't survive.
Yeah, well, I don't know. How long ago are we going back here, Smiler?
about 10 years ago. It's still happening, Mark. It's still happening. It still happens.
Yeah, well, I was told different. I was told that in Hammersmith and Fulham, for instance, they actually when they find their sets and just fill them in, the councils, and they do it at night so no one knows they're doing it. And they just fill them in.
They did that with they did that with the Badgers.
They gas them and then fill them in behind themselves.
Yeah, they use a white powder. I can't remember what the white powder is called, but when it takes the moisture for the soil, it turns into a gas, and then it gases them. I can't remember the name of the powder. We used to use it on the golf courses for the rabbits.
Yeah. Just leave them alone, I'd say, if it was me. I'd just say, let them do what they want to do. Unless they're completely, like, overrun. Like, rabbits can overrun a farm, can't they?
So quite quickly as well.
I know a story about baboons as well, where Rob mentioned it, whether it's true or not, because it was only told to me verbally, and I've never been able to find it. There was a couple of, the turn of the century, a couple of English hunters went out to wherever it was, and they shot a female baboon, and the rest of the baboons, what was with this female, went to the troop, and the troop came back, about 50 of them, and ripped these two hunters apart, killed them stone dead. So 50-handed of them. So these two hunters, whether that's true or not, I've never been able to find the story. Someone told me it verbally. So,
well, what's that island which has got the baboon troops that people basically go along and feed, and they jump in the cars, nick people's bags, and all that? And I can't remember where it is.
It used to be what one at Windsor Safari Park used to do that. When I was a kid.
We locked.
I remember that as a kid going to Windsor and having the baboons in that fucking trying to climb in the car.
They ripped his Cortina apart, getting all these sandwiches, and that took all his fucking windscreen wipers off, bits of trim and everything. He didn't know what the fuck was happening. Yeah. And we'd launched all our sandwiches all over his car, so they fucking went apeshit at it. It was funny as fuck. But yeah, those baboons on the island, because of COVID and all that, they weren't getting fed. So then the whole troop would move into the towns and go literally bombarding through the towns looking for food because they weren't getting it, and they didn't know how to sort of survive without it, without the free handouts. So I literally watched old like Revenge of the Planet of the Apes or whatever the other day, and I think they can be quite an handful, these fuckers, especially if you mess with them.
Well, my ex-wife, she had a bit of a baboon's arse.
I bet that was your fault though if you made it that fucking red. Jesus. Yeah, Agent X. Yeah, it's true, isn't it? Watch a documentary called King Kong. They can get right angry. No, you wouldn't want to fight a baboon, would you? You see the fucking teeth on them. Ah, Jesus.
Yeah, they're about 4 or 5 inches long, aren't they?
Yeah. And they ain't scared of us. They really ain't.
Upton knows. Look, he's talking about in Gibraltar. They've got
That's it, Gibraltar. Yeah, they're
not baboons. They're not baboons. He's got that wrong. They're definitely not baboons. But I was there a few years back, and you go up on the what's it called? Like a fucking one of them lift things. I forgot what they're called. Fuck's sake. Fucking mind's gone blank.
No, a cable car, is there?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cable car.
That's right. Thank you. So you go up in this cable car, and I'm with my youngest, and I went, "Oh fuck me! Look, there's 4 or 5 baboons waiting as you get out of the lift." But what they done is one of them jumped on my back, and then another one did, and I started fucking hell, get this. And what they done is unzipped the bag and nicked my daughter's marshmallows. So they started fighting each other on my back. So I threw the back off, saw her, and my daughter was going crazy. She was going, waving her fist, going, "Give me my marshmallows back." And I was going, no, these fuck around with them, man. But yeah, they're all over the island. They're all over the place, man.
They're macaques. Gibraltar macaques.
Is that what they're called? Cause I think they're only there. It's the only place in the world they're still there, isn't it, Smiler?
Yeah, well, originally it was supposed to be Arabs that brought them into Gibraltar, and then there was speculation in the 1700s that the UK imported them into Gibraltar.
Yeah, monkey.
Nobody knows really. Yeah, nobody really knows how they got there.
The Gibraltar call them rock monkeys.
Yeah.
Agent X. That was one thing with King Kong, wasn't it? They never showed his massive schlong. You know what I mean? It's just like that would have been funny if they, you know what I mean? He'd been fucking slanging around with that and bang, fucking.
I don't know if I'd want to see that. To be honest.
Well, they should have actually shown it because it was a love story after all, wasn't it? King Kong's.
Yeah, he was in love with Convert, so he would have had a fucking, you know what I mean, a stonk on, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Wouldn't it have been funny, Rob? Wouldn't it have been funny, when he had her up on that mountainside and he was sitting, and then all of a sudden she started lifting up in the air about 34. Where he got that would have been funny as fuck.
Oh, I got sent a fucking clip off of Facebook the other day saying, "Oh, Rob's got a new job," and it was a monkey, and it was like in its sort of where it wasn't a cage, it had a glass front, and there's this bird walking backwards in front. And forwards in front of it, and this monkey's going along following her and just flipping his fucking todger at her. And like, she's cracking up, but she was loving it. And this monkey was fucking loving it, flicking his old wang around at her. It's fucking funny. Dear. If I could get a job like that, I'd be fucking willing. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Michael, yeah, that's it. King Dong, not King Kong. Yeah.
Ministry, give us 5 minutes. I just got to sort something out.
Yeah, no worries.
So all this talking of schlongs has made him go for a quick one. Dear. So what have you been up to, Smiler? I've seen a couple of your lives over the last couple of months. They were, I don't know, getting well deep into various subjects that were way beyond me. Fucking hell, it's like shit. He's on one again. He's fucking on one. He's not happy about something here. I don't know what it is, but he's not happy.
Nah, it was just showing. There's so much in history that we've been told, and there's so much in history that's debunked, and history rewritten. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like history. With there's so much now on TV of like how the Nazis lost the war and how this happened and fucking how this happened and stuff, and there's much more factual stuff come out nowadays, like certain things that happened and that, and certain things that we done, and that. At the end of the day, war's war, isn't it? And when they start putting rules in war, it's like, who's going to fucking follow that? If I can win a war by being a bit more of a cunt than the other person, well, who's not going to do that? It was like, Germany bombing the... they fucked up. They dropped bombs on London, and that's when Churchill decided, right, fuck it, we're bombing...
Nah, Rob, you got that ass backwards. Churchill bombed Germany for 3.5 months before Germany actually came into London.
Yeah, but he'd done that because someone, when they were bombing over here, or like our fucking airstrips and that, someone fucked up, missed target and went on civilians, and that's why he decided, right, fuck it, we're just going to bomb the shit out of them now. That was
No,
what
Churchill was bombing Dresden even before Adolf sent a fucking airplane to London.
Yeah, Dresden.
He was bombing. He was bombing for 3.5 months before Hitler sent an airplane over England.
Right.
And the first bomber squadron came straight up the Thames, didn't it?
It's mad shit. But I mean, war's war, isn't it? And look at the Americans, all the fucking shit they went through, taking Iwo and all those islands and that, and then right, we've got nukes now. Fuck it, we can end this war. Bam, and then no one sort of goes into that they literally nuked fucking civilians. It wasn't like it was on a particular fucking target of they went and bombed fucking 2 civilian places and wiped them out. And I mean, if that had happened to us, like suddenly fucking London got nuked or something, the Germans had just got there a bit quicker with their nukes, we'd have been fucked. We would have been speaking a little bit different now, and we'd all be driving BMWs, the People's Car.
But England is made up of Germanic tribes. The whole English population is a Germanic tribe.
Well, he didn't want to go to war with us, did he? Literally.
No, prior to any wars, England is all Germanic tribes.
Wow, I think my family's from Austria. You know what I mean? So fucking, as far as I'm concerned, I lost the war. Fuck. Oh my day, guys. Hello, Mr. Vincent Vega. How are you, fella?
Vincent gonna come in with his fake news again.
Dresden was not bombed until near the end of World War II. Fucking hell.
That's what I thought, to clear out the last of the Panzer and the oil refineries. So the Panzer fucking factories and the oil refineries, I thought. And the hard water.
Look at the fucking bouncing bomb. Who did that hit more than it didn't hit troops, did it? It fucking took out a valley of people, basically. You know what I mean? It's like
the dam busted. It was the busted dam, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you know what I mean? When that water went down, it didn't just take out fucking Nazis, did it?
No. Of course they don't care really, do they? Who they take out? Yeah, you remember the first Iraq War? They were saying, they're using precise cruise missiles, and they showed you one. I always remember it showed you one going around the corner and all that. And I just thought, okay,
in the 90s when they was like watching it go past, they were in hotels and that, weren't they? And it's like, one will go past the window. I remember
the name of the hotel. I remember the name of the hotel. I forgot it. Let me just think of it.
I remember coming home from the pub, piss up with my mates. We'd gone up at my mate's house. We turned the telly on when we was up there, and it was suddenly, fuck, we're at war. So we're all like, fucking hell, shit, you know what I mean? We're at war, fucking. I mean,
Rob, I remember that so well because I'll tell you why. Chelsea had just played Tottenham in a semi-final or a quarter-final of a cup, and it was a Wednesday night, and it was on Match of the Day that night. You remember in them days football weren't so available like it is now. So we got on from the football, we went to the game, and we saw the camera come on us.
I'm croaky.
We thought we might be on Match of the Day.
Let me try that again. Bonjour.
Vincent, I was talking. Have a little bit.
You were talking the other day as well, Mark.
Yeah.
Comes on.
Anyway,
go on, sorry.
What happened? We wanted to watch the game, and halfway, because there was 2 football matches that night, 2 semi-finals, and we were all waiting to watch the Chelsea game, and they went, "Sorry, we're going to have to cut this program. We are the Iraq War has started."
Every one of our 5 channels we had at the time was just suddenly fucking Scud missiles going through the air and shit.
And CNN was on the top of this hotel claiming to be the only journalist there and showing all the footage and giving it, wow, it's like the 4th of July. And what happened, it turned out there was about 100 journalists there, but they they wouldn't let them use their satellite equipment to put the story out. So CNN had the big exclusive. So I remember it pretty well. Anyway, welcome, Vincent. How are we?
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. It's nice to join your live stream, Mark. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Nice to Mark to have us on.
Hi, Ministry. Hi,
Vinny,
Rob.
Vinny, before we go any further, mate,
Good morning.
kudos,
Morning
mate.
now.
Give me some kudos.
Can we get a drink?
Well, come on, mate. I asked round the panel and you said Thingy would monster, Fury would monster.
Oh, God, you were right. Yes, I've got to give it to you. Absolutely. Well, do you know what? I was so frustrated. I was so disappointed last night, Mark. I couldn't even start to tell you, you know?
Yeah, well, do you know what? Let me tell you, when I watched the first 3 rounds, I said to my pals who I watched it with, I'm going to say what I said when I watched AJ fighting for the first 3 rounds. I said, Fury cannot win this fight on points.
Yeah.
And then the next 3 rounds, I was, wow, he's come right into it. He's looks like he's going to win this fight. So I thought I've come out with it a bit early there, because I said the same against AJ when he fought in the first time. I said, there's no way he can win this on points. This guy's just too good. So to see Fury do so well in the next 3 rounds, and then that was it. He was finished after that. The guy just beat him up.
Anywhere up to the 9th, he had a chance. What I did notice distinctly was we didn't get Fury in that ring, and we didn't get Usyk in that ring. They cancelled each other out. I don't know if anyone saw it that way either. Their skills just disappeared. It was just, they were both terrified of each other and both just trying, you know, like inexperienced boxers. It was a shambolic. I think by the end Usyk deserved it, but I do believe it was very close, Mark. I do believe.
See, I'm on a different opinion there from you. I actually think Fury won no more than 4 rounds of that fight.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, agreed.
And also, I just want to say this. Do you know what? You've all watched boxing from around the world since you were youngsters, Vegas, London.
Yeah.
Them Saudis can't get the atmosphere right, can they?
No, there's no people there. That's why nobody wants to travel there.
Yeah, they're just, it's too quiet. You know, I was thinking if that was in Las Vegas or London, that crowd would be going wild. And it's just dead. It's
50% of that audience was men wearing dresses, Mark. You know, like Smiler at the weekend in his burqa going round around his hometown.
Little Taliban.
Anyway, Smiley, you said fake news on your World War II history. Do you want to go? Do you want to go on World War II history? You said fake news. It was actually the Allies that started bombing Germany. And the reason they started bombing Germany was because Hitler had rolled into Poland to stop the Russians raping all of the women and children. So Hitler went in there and literally set out his defences. And immediately the Allies started bombing. This was right at the start of the war, within the first month, declaration of war, started bombing all the ports around Germany, because what the Allies didn't want, it was Germany to be so mobilised so quickly, and they were ready. They'd been busy building ships and submarines for 10 years, whereas we hadn't. I don't know if anyone's aware of this. We didn't own literally one Spitfire at the start of the war. We were building through the war, which is a very bad strategy, but we didn't expect war. It wasn't until a year later, and this was after 13 attempts by Germany to end the war, that Germany finally started to bomb the UK, because it just thought it might end the war as a sort of a, you know what I mean, the UK might pull out based on that, and they didn't. They didn't.
Well, Vincent, what was the first bombs? Was it the incendiary devices?
Well, they had. I mean, Germany had a far greater technical ability with bombs than we did. Germany could send one bomb. You know yourself, you've got the site of one of the first V2 rockets near you, Mark.
Right, I filmed it, yeah.
they sent fewer bombs with greater accuracy, whereas the British did something that it always does. If somebody's a problem, just shit loads of bombs on them, cross your fingers, and hope that one hits. We did the same with Goose Green many years later.
I watched a program the other night from the World War One with the Zeppelins bombing with their incendiaries, and they recreated one of the incendiaries, which was basically thermite inside, sort of like a teardrop looking thing, and then it was rope wrapped around it and covered in tar.
Lower it slowly.
Yeah, it basically
for accuracy.
Stay right, stay alight. It'd go down. The thermite would set off some petrol that was in there as well, and then the rope and tar would burn for ages. So it would literally, and it was more a shock factor. It didn't explode as such, but as soon as it hit, the thermite would then set the petrol, which would set the building alight, and then it would stay alight because of the basics of a bit of rope and some tar. Amazing little fucking bomb that they made.
Yeah. The Germans had such a level of detail when it comes to their attacks. You know, it was quite funny. I remember hearing them talking. I don't remember any detail of it, but the Germans would send 4 aeroplanes over to us and cause more damage than us sending 40 to them. You know, and it's a British Army tactic that has worked. It's why we dominated the world for hundreds of years. You know, because we simply had the firepower to do it, but not the detail or the accuracy. So come on, Smiley. You called me fake news. You've gone all silent now. You're not getting into a burqa, are you? Going on an anti-Jew
Why would I be
rally.
getting into a burqa?
So Dresden was bombed at the end of the war. Dresden is another thing. I've got a video on my dedication to Dresden. Dresden is a beautiful city now, and it was a beautiful city before. When you see the photographs of Dresden before, it was just incredible. But Dresden was an awful thing. It happened over 3 days. It was called Firestorm, and literally they melted the pavements. Something like 30 or 40,000 people died over those 3 days, and then hundreds of thousands more afterwards.
Well, they didn't discriminate with Dresden and that, did they? They just wanted the industrial gone at any cost. So, you know, that was from civilians as well.
I've seen one of them history photos of it's a statue looking over Dresden, and it basically is flattened.
It's a statue of an angel. And it's pointing and it's looking down on the city. It's just
it's a disturbing
image.
picture, actually.
And every single building you see is just a broken frame of stone or brick. Yeah,
almost like an earthquake had hit the place.
Oh, well, more so like an earthquake after a nuclear bomb, after Godzilla had fucking trampled it all. Yeah. So Dresden was quite towards the end. Dresden is considered to be the one thing that broke the German spirit in the end, because the people followed Hitler. They believed in him. You know, when you hear all these stories that Hitler convinced his people that they were going to create the sort of the dominant race and they would rid the world of everything. This never happened. You could read history books from 50, 60, 70 years ago. There's no mention of any of these things, let alone the Holocaust. You know, the Holocaust was invented 15 years after the end of the war. Sorry, Rob.
The Holocaust was invented 2 years before the war.
Well, no, because the Jews have always moaned about a large number of people. They've always had this in their history. It's a bit like when Nathan comes on, you know, he tries to make people feel sorry for him, and he thinks that's some kind of strategic edge, and the Jews are the same. It's true.
Who dropped the first bomb on the other side? Like, who did we drop the first bomb on Germany in the Second World War, or did they drop the first bomb?
We were bombing Germany for 3.5 months beforehand.
Well, that's not what you said earlier, Smiler. You said the Allies didn't drop any bombs until the Germans provoked us. We were bombing before the war started. We were bombing German ports. I would assume the Allies, Rob.
I've said all the way along, Vincent, that we were bombing Germany for 3.5 months before Hitler
I'm going to say that's what I thought we said as well.
You're a fucking
I said that I thought, watching a program on TV, I might have got the wrong end of the stick, but I thought we didn't start bombing on Germany on them big style until one of theirs fucked up and dropped bombs on civilians here, and then we was like, fuck it, let's give them all we've got, and started dropping bombs all over Germany. That was what I thought from seeing this program, that we were sort of instigated by them dropping bombs on London by accident as such. Someone
I'm not aware of that. As far as I'm aware, the first bombing, I mean, I might be wrong, first bombings was the German ports right next to Poland because of what had happened there. Let me say, Smiler, you did say Dresden was at the start of the war. I thought you had said we didn't bomb Germany until Germany provoked us by bombing London. That's my mistake if I made it. If I did, my apologies.
Hitler didn't want no war with the UK.
Of course he didn't. It's something I'll talk about all night.
If Pilsudski hadn't have died, because Poland had already signed a peace treaty with Hitler, and then Podolsky died, and then the American UK implant, what's he called? I can't remember his name. I'll tell you his name in a minute.
Who's Podolsky? He sounds like a player for Arsenal.
he was the leader. He was the leader of Poland up until 1935.
Okay, yeah, all right, yeah.
Min, while we're having this discussion, could you put your camera onto the fire? Because that's all I want to see is crackling fire, to be honest.
Yeah, I can do that.
Good man. Fuck us off out of it and just have the fire in there, because that's nice. It might have a calming effect on a couple of people.
And give us a few blazing saddles farts, Min, if you can.
There we go. Fire. Love a bit.
Is it?
Fire.
Hold on.
Be careful, Ministry, because the next thing people will be saying is that you're some sort of into witchcraft or something.
I've been asked if I'm a devil worshipper, so...
yeah, I've been asked that before once.
Oh, look at that. That's just relaxing for me. You know what I mean? That looks like Dresden.
I'll have to set it up somewhere.
Yeah, don't drop the camera in the fire.
I would just like to say we have a Holocaust expert in the chat going by the name of Agent X. She's also an expert on fiscal return from immigrants, because she asked people to argue with her on whether immigrants bring fiscal return to this country, and she listed that live stream about a week after a government report which stated immigrants cost us money, not make us money. She did a live stream the week before about racism, and some black fella came on and disagreed with everything you said, Agent X. So that's 2 live streams. You've made yourself look a proper tit. What's the next subject?
Fuck you now.
Let's try and do it on the old tripod.
We've got fire in the screen.
How did she make herself look a proper twit when it was a debate? Yeah, it was a debate, and it was evidence fact. It was showing evidence from one side and evidence from the other side.
Because it tends to be only one evidence is accurate, Smiler. You know, when you do your anti-Jew lives, you don't listen to the other side. You're all for the muzzies.
Oh, that's it, Min. Well done, Min. That's
how don't I listen to the other side? Because I show both. I show.
Well, somebody put in your chat recently, if your daughter had married a Jew, you'd be arguing for the Jews.
Oh, was that you, Vincent? Is that your soccer account?
No, I don't have any fake accounts. I have one account. I say enough shit on this account. What am I going to fucking create another account for?
Porn bombing, probably.
Well,
what's my daughter's marriage? What's my daughter's marriage got to do with anything?
That was creepy. I'll put it like that.
Sorry, Vincent. I don't want to start. I can't be bothered.
No, Rob, that's fine.
That's it. I'm engrossed in this fire
What's
now.
my daughter's marriage got to do with anything?
I just thought it was very apt that they'd written, if your daughter had married a Jew, you would be arguing for the Jewish side. You can process it however you wish, Smiley. You can respond to it as well. It's not a dig. It's not being vindictive. It's merely an observation, Smiley. Do with it what you wish.
Respond then. Respond.
He can't.
Wraps them
no, there's a certain element of truth in it.
My response of it was to ignore it. If my daughter was beaten up by her ex-boyfriend that I then beat up and kicked out of the house, yeah, and now she's treated like a queen, and she's
what's
never
the relevance of that?
Right. Because
how is that relevant?
The guy's got morals.
Let me guess. The beater
the guy's
was
got morals.
white. The beater was white English. Is that the point you're making?
No, he's Cornish, actually.
Cornish, even worse. Was he from Cornland? That's what it used to be called. It used to be a separate country called Cornland.
Well, they're racist. They got a black and white flag.
No, it used to be called Dominion or whatever it was. Dominion.
Dominonia.
Originally, Dominonia, and originally it was part of fucking Wales.
It was an independent country at one point called Cornland.
Well, it's still an independent. Well, it's not independent, but it's got its own independent government. It's got the stannery. Yeah, it's also a duchy. It's the Duchy of Cornwall, which used to be under Charles and now is under William. Most of the farmland is duchy owned.
All right, AJ.
Still didn't answer my question, though, Smiler.
Which question?
Ubers has now got another Jew hater. My question was, if your daughter had married a Jew, would you have been defending the Jewish side? Because it's kind of a 50-50. Well, people choose emotionally who they wish to support, and the more pragmatic in society choose Israel, the more heart-driven people
that's pretty
choose
wrong
Palestine.
Because
for all the wrong reasons,
95% of Israel aren't Jewish, Sega.
Well, you're going to now push on as the whole they're not Semites argument.
They can't.
And you know, the Palestinians are as mixed as the Jewish are, so it's a really poor argument to use.
Well, yeah,
what I would like to stipulate is all the people in Israel do have history with Israel, history with the Jewish faith, so therefore by birth they're Semite. You know, if you want to start DNA testing them all, you're going to have a few shocks when it comes to Palestine as well.
Oh, they did a DNA test. It's also illegal.
Of course they did.
Even though that they say that they have to have a DNA test to have them in Israel, yeah. But fucking Israel's an apartheid state. Israel kicked all the coloureds out and sent them to fucking Rwanda. With $3.5 grand in the pocket.
Completely accurate, is it?
Yeah, it is completely accurate. I played the
What's the
documentaries,
percentage of Muslims in Israel right now? Working, living, and contributing to society. What's the percentage of Muslims?
About 8%, I think.
It's about 10, 12%. What's the percentage of Jewish in Palestine? can help you
In
here. It's a big fat
Palestine?
fucking zero next to.
Probably about 1%.
And probably far, far less than that. There's a few Jews flying under the radar, married to a Palestinian woman, being given some kind of leniency. But the simple fact is Jewish are not living normal lives in Palestine. They've not been able to.
The Ashkenazi Jews that were brought over, 6,000 at a time in the Hazara ships under Adolf Hitler, yeah, they were allowed to marry Arabs and they were given Palestinian passports.
See, one thing, I just want to chip in one thing here, is when I hear people talking about who was here and who was there, and they're going back 2,000 and 3,000 years, I think, well, what's that got to do with today? Mm-hmm. You know, you can't claim shit like that. No. Oh, we were there 3,000 years ago, or they were there 3,000 years ago. That's just bullshit, because none of us was here 3,000 years ago. None of your granddads, even your great-great-granddads. So, you know, I just think that's a rubbish argument saying who was originally there.
And their genetic pools have been watered down so much, Mark. You know, there is a direct heritage to it, but not a direct bloodline.
European, North African, Asian, have all invaded the Levant in some way over history. So that's why there's so many ginger-haired, blue-eyed Kurdish people in Turkey.
Yep. Well, we're the same as Jews. We're all Slavs. We all come from that Slavic region, which is Ukraine, little bit of Poland, little bit of Czech Republic, little bit of Slovakia, a little bit of Austria. So sort of hundreds and thousands of years ago, we were all there, and then we span out, and some people ended up here in UK and Ireland, and some people headed down towards Turkey, and ultimately.
Alien DNA in us as well.
Well, if you're going to throw in a curveball like that, Rob.
Well, Iraqis, look at a lot of their population. They've got sort of Chinese eyes, and that's from the Mongols days.
Yeah. Well, he got as far as Ukraine, didn't he? He got as far as almost got on the edges of Germany. There's one in every 3 or 4 of us is related to Genghis.
Really? I never knew that.
He fucked everything, didn't he? He fucked them.
Oh, fuck me, yes. Super cock he was, Rob.
I think he writ that he couldn't do what he wanted to do because life wasn't long enough. He needed to live another 100 years to complete what he wanted to do.
Didn't he father about 3,000-4,000 kids at least, something around that sort of amount?
So they say. They say he was hung like a.
Well, these things tend to become urban mythological legends. You know, he would have been celebrated that way. It's a bit like saying Jesus fed the thousands with 1 loaf of bread and 1 fish. We know it didn't happen, so it's always going to be subject to a little bit of poetic license.
It could have been the fish could have been a beluga whale. Who knows?
That was one big old fucking loaf of bread. Oh dear. I mean, if some people would have us believe that we're all from Adam and Eve, so that means there's a fuck lot of interbreeding, incestual shit going on, isn't there?
Well, it explains a lot of people around here, Rob. I'll be honest.
Yes,
Upton's one of those. It explains Upton.
AJ reckons Dickie's a spaz. I don't know about that. He just takes a little while to warm up when he's on panel, AJ, that's all.
Yeah, 3 Big Ups has got a point. The fish could have fell out of the sky. That has been... What the fuck is that noise?
It's the old Bill, Rob. Run.
Someone boiling a kettle.
So the one thing that divided us, getting back to what you said, Smiley, the one thing that divided us way back in history was our religions. You know, it even divided one area in the world, which is, you know, where Israel and Palestine are today, or at least Israel is and Palestine pretends to be, you know. So what signifies a Semite, Smiler? What's the rules on being a Semite? Because you said earlier, well, you didn't get to it, but you were just about to say they're not Semites. So what determines a Semite?
Oh, in ancient times, it was the son of Shem, wasn't it?
Well, be a bit more specific.
Why do I have to be more specific?
Well, because there is one definition which is widely known as how you were defined as a Semite. Because it ruins your argument that you tried to make earlier.
I seem to always get a semi when you go on a panel.
You do get very sexually charged when I'm on, Rob.
Oh,
I remember that one time you lost it.
Only one time. Jesus.
Just the one. So I'll tell you, Smiler, because you're struggling. It's the language. Struggling. It was the language that identified them as Semites. So basically, their Arab language, which leaves quite a large group of people being Semites, doesn't it?
Whoops.
Smiley, very quiet tonight. Are you Googling or you just give up?
No, I'm looking at the fire in front of me.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's very nice, yes.
Yeah.
You got anything to put on that ministry? Any toast or marshmallows or something?
No. I only came out for a couple of hours.
So yes, exactly. Based on your theory, Vega, how do Ashkenazi Jews say they're Semites? They're not Semites, are they? They don't speak the Arabic language. Yeah.
Where did Ashkenazi Jews originate from?
Europe.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go back a little bit further. Before they found themselves spread out in Europe, where did they originate from?
Spain and Portugal.
Oh, Lord. Are we going to do this all night? Before they ended up in Europe, where did they initially originate from? Because their lands were taken away from them. The Greeks went in there and trampled all over the poor fucking Arabs. The what's his name? The fucking Romans did it a good few years later.
Going back to Rome. You're going back to Roman times. Yeah, 62 AD. Yeah, when Herod took down the temple.
So they'd all been spattered long before then. The Ashkenazis always considered Israel or that region as their homeland. So that's where they stemmed from. You know, it's a land that they aimed to return to. And that was agreed, as you were saying the other day, in a declaration which was written quite early on in the 20th century, but didn't. Is it 1917? But didn't come to fruition for another 50 years. You know, they finally
31 years.
31 years later. Okay.
Make your tip show, Min. Fucking put it in there.
Do you know what? I just don't think there were. I don't think there were many people in Europe who thought it might be a good idea to pretend to be a Semite and return to those lands, because it wasn't a particularly bed of roses for them in Israel from then onwards, was it? So you seem to think that people have assumed that position.
Well, it wasn't particularly the Jews, was it? It's not the Jews, it's the Zionists. Yeah, it's the Zionists that's causing all the problems.
Can I just
okay. What's a Zionist, Smiler? Give us a definition of what a Zionist is.
You know what a Zionist
you have a definition. No, hold on. Let me say, I know you have a definition of what a Zionist is, but I absolutely guarantee you it doesn't meet the common definition of what a Zionist is.
I think
So
Mark
what's your
wanted to
comment?
say something then.
Yeah.
Well, look, the
Yeah, go on, let
common
them
term
carry on.
a Zionist or Zionism is a sort of a group of people that are determined never to find themselves in the position where they might incur some form of Holocaust or genocide in the future. That's the definition of a Zionist. You're going to now tell us a Zionist is somebody who's dedicated to wiping out everyone who's not Jewish. Go on, tell us your definition.
Why am I going to say that?
Give us your definition of a Zionist then.
Look at the Zionist movement. Go into history of the Zionist movement from 1897.
Oh my Lord. Give us your definition of a Zionist, Smiler. Make it easy for me.
It was on the basis of producing a homeland for the Jewish people.
And for no further persecution. See, what happens is a lot of people look upon Zionism as some kind of conspiracy to sort of put itself into politics around the world, media systems around the world, encroach itself into schools and education and everything like that. That's not what Zionism is. They are, unfortunately, a level of cantankerous fucking Jews who realise how the world works. Power is everything. Money is power, and power is everything. So they have managed to entrench themselves into all of these organizations right now. Not necessarily going to be like that in the future. We've had many other controlling forces in our politics, in our education over the last 500-600 years, and the Jews won't be there forever. It'll move on to some other influence eventually.
Yeah, diehard Zionists are the same as diehard Christians or Muslims, aren't they? They just interpret the scripture in a more proactive
It'll never be out of our government, because half our government are fucking Zionists anyway.
Of course it will.
Conservative friends. Yeah, Labour friends.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Mark.
Do you think Israel is under threat to be obliterated? Just for where it is and how many countries surround it. Obviously, each one of them countries being a sort of enemy of the state.
I've given my opinion on this, and it's pretty simple. I don't think European white Jews should have been given that land in the first place. But that's just my opinion. That's because it was a lot of Northern European whites that ended up going and settling there. That's a bit controversial, but
well, it's not really. A lot of people think that, to be quite honest, Ministry. But what my question, that wasn't the question. The question was, do you think they're under, could they be wiped out?
Yeah, I'd say yes. Yes. Yeah. I think they're under threat, yes.
Vince?
No, not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. Israel has the largest and most funded military at its disposal. I think I'm going to blow one myth out of the water.
Muppets.
I'll give it a rest, Smiler. I'll give you one myth buster here. It's always assumed that Israel is pulling the strings, Israel is in charge, and Israel is got its fingers on America. It's actually the other way round. It's very convenient for America to have a base in the Middle East and to be able to control everything through Israel. It's like having a proxy fucking fighter. Mark, you'll understand what that means.
Well, there's a famous clip of Joe Biden when he was much younger, probably 20, 30 years ago, saying if there wasn't an Israel, we'd have to create an Israel to keep a foothold in the area.
It's so very convenient.
I've played that speech on my channel.
Yeah. I think I may have seen it on yours, Smiler, but I did see it before. But
and
I
then,
also
and then,
would
and
say
then a
this.
later speech changing his mind about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to blow another myth as well, and this is a shocker. This one will get Ubers. Is that Jews are of a higher intelligence? The Ashkenazi Jews score highest in IQ points. Well, has anyone ever driven around Golders Green or spent the evening in Golders Green during a Jewish festival and seen them all running around dancing? They don't look like the brightest people on this fucking planet to me.
I don't know. I worked in Golders Green for many months.
I find that hard to believe that people can trace a religion and say they're higher IQ because they're Jewish. I'm not having stuff like that. I can understand certain areas where education might be better. I can get that, you know. I think have I heard that the Japanese or the Chinese have got the highest IQ? I'm sure I've heard that somewhere.
Well, the Chinese tend to be quite high on IQ, yes. They tend to be. They're about almost one standard deviation higher than your average white guy.
Yeah.
But then, you know, the same can be said for Morris dancers. The same can be said of our nightclubs where people double and triple drop in it to have a bit of fun. Do you know what I mean? What's
Morris
that got to do with IQ?
Did you swerve the conversation there? The reason why the Chinese
you're saying
do so
about
well.
You're saying about silly dancing in Golders Green, but what about the silly dancing in clubs every night? You know, with people double dropping fucking E's to have a bit of fun.
The club Sadiq Khan's shut down in London.
Yeah.
The reason why Chinese people do better is not really due to any extra ability. It's due to cultural differences. You know, they will still listen to their parents. They are still influenced by society, something we're losing very quickly here in the West.
Yeah.
Yeah. Society and community's going down the pan.
Oh, yeah.
You're lucky if you've got a bit of community left in, you know, even sort of small towns now.
Agent SX asked earlier, all the hard-hitting questions coming from Agent X tonight. She asked, I wonder if anyone on panel has actually known any Jewish people. Does anyone want to comment on that?
So I do. I looked at that question, and living in London, I'll be honest with you, I know all sorts of people, you know, through the experiences of my life, and I've got to say, I've only ever come across one Jew, and he was Maury the wig maker.
Maury. Could get more Jewish name than that.
Yeah, and I never thought about it, but I said we were working on something, and I said to this guy I didn't like, what? I said, what's your second name? And he said, Roe. So jokingly, I went, what's that, an old Jew boy's name? And Maury gave me a very dirty look, and I thought, oh, fuck me, Maury's it.
Well, the simple fact is, Mark, you don't fuck with their religion. You know, if Smiler tells you he's a Roman Catholic, you can joke with him about Roman Catholics, and also you don't do it with a Jew. They take their religion so seriously. You know, they don't want you to understand.
I don't believe in any religion.
Okay, that's fine. That's so you're an atheist, which is the largest religious group in the world.
No, getting back to the question, that is the only Jew I've ever met. So I don't know about the rest of you guys.
Well, coincidentally, I worked for a Jew, Morris, his name was, and he was a bastard. He was an absolute bastard, but taught me a lot. And I worked with him for quite a few years in my younger days when I had the energy to follow somebody else's fucking rules. He was ruthless.
The Maury I knew was a very hard worker as well, to be quite honest.
That was why I was in all the in all the shows, Mark, like the clothes
Well, my
show,
first cousin.
gift shows, back shows, and all sorts.
My first
Hard work,
cousin married
lots of hours, mate.
Well, I used to have to sleep on stands sometimes. It was that bad because I worked for companies like Adidas and Nike and England football team. I represented Dr. Martens, all manner of stuff. South Park.
1 week, Vince. I'd done 96 hours.
Yeah.
Now that's the equivalent of almost 3 weeks' work to normal people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how hard you used to work. But it was well paid. But you know, at the end of the day, it was hours.
The most impressive thing, because I used to go to the Ideal Home Show as well for various projects, how quickly they'd build those houses, Mark. It's fucking incredible. It was like you'd walk past 1 hour and get a coffee and they'd be doing the bottom and you'd go back 2 hours later and it was nearly done. It's fucking incredible.
Yeah, you know why? Because all them houses, what employed all the people, would have the top brickies, the top carpenters, the top painter and decorators. Everyone who was involved with them building them houses in Earls Court were at the top of their game. They were fast, clean, and they were on bundles of money. Them people.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And they would go up quick. So, Smiler, do you know, that was the question, do you know a Jew? So Vincent knew one, I knew
Yes, as I was saying, my first cousin married a Rothenberg, who's a German Jew. Yeah, his parents have
no doxing on here, Smiler, please.
No what?
Right, Nick.
No doxing.
Why am I doxing?
You said the name.
He's kidding you, Smiler. He's kidding you on. Come on, man.
All right. Well, he owned his own stock exchange in Germany. They lived in Dusseldorf, and when I was based in Hamer, West Germany, I used to go over to their place at the weekend. Yeah, and yeah, he's a German Jew. So your point is, Vincent, and Jewish family.
No point. No point.
Strong Jewish roots. I also worked Golders Green for many months, doing building work for the Jewish people in Golders Green.
Yeah. You'll just go from one house to the next, I would assume, because
that's exactly what happened. We love your work. Can you come and do it in here?
Yeah.
That was when I was living in Hayes, and we used to work for a builder called Bob, and we used to call him Bob the Builder.
But would you, knowing
Can
that, Smiler? Yes.
Say that again.
I said, can he fix it?
Yeah. Go on.
No, he was a great boss argument. He was a great boss. He was a bastard, though. Morris the Bastard, we called him. So knowing that now with this fresh knowledge from you, do you feel that you're unfairly identifying unfairly sort of pointing the finger at Jewish people?
What am I unfairly? Because it's not against the Jewish, it's against the Zionist Jews. Yeah,
well, we've established what Zionism is. So you want to rid the world of Zionism so that we can crack on with all that Holocaust and genocide on the Jews then, because that's what Zionism is, Smiler. Is their determination never to find themselves in that position again. You're getting confused. You're thinking Zionism is some powerful dark force.
The Holocaust. Marxism
we can't do that, can we, on here? So we have to pretend it happened the way they explained it to us and move on.
Why? I did it. I went right through the history of the Holodomor and everything else. I went through the history of what was he called? I can't remember the name of the great Jewish Zionist man that actually did a speech saying that 6 million Jews are going to perish, and the US government gave them £1 million. Somebody else donated £100,000.
Do you know where? Do you know where that number comes from?
Food.
Not gambling, just out for a fight.
Do you know where the 6 million number came from initially?
Last all night, man. You do realise that, don't you?
Yeah, when I leave, I'm gonna have to break it down. It's in a safe space. It's in a ditch.
That's
It's
a lot
surrounded
of
by
piss I'm
stones,
going to
so-
have to put on it, and that smells terrible when you piss on a fire. Fucking piss steam is not nice.
When was
Sorry,
6
lads.
million
Sorry.
first lauded?
Fucking
Smiler.
amazing conversation. That's
Okay,
It
I'll
was
tell you.
first
The
lauded
Russian
in-
Revolution.
It first lauded in 1932.
Oh, it was before
first
then. It was the
lauded in
Russian
1932.
Revolution. It was the Russian Revolution, but it was off by a lot. About 27 million people died as a result of the Russian Revolution.
The pogroms.
So that's where it first came from, because obviously
They either converted to Christianity or died.
Well, it wasn't quite like that. But you had a lot of people who chose a certain side and then died for it, to be forever known as the brown shirts, which is why we call people a brown shirt if we feel they're making the wrong decision and will suffer from it. You've killed this fucking panel, Smiler, with all your fucking anti-Semitic bullshit.
You came up with all your. No, you came up. I ain't anti-Semitic because Israelis aren't Semites.
Wow.
And I'll stand up in court. I will stand up in court against our government if they want to call me anti-Semite. And I'll stand up there and I will prove that I'm not being anti-Semitic against Israel.
Okay. So let's get back to my original question. If your daughter had married a Jewish man, would you be supporting the Jewish side?
Well, my cousin married a Jewish man. Right, it's not the Jewish. It's not the Jewish per se. It's the Zionist Jews, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Joe.
Right. That's why all the Orthodox Jews are against Israel. That's why the Orthodox Jews are being battered by the IDF. That's why the Orthodox Jews are going
they're a
around
very
taking down all the
small
flags
group
of
of people,
Star
you know.
David.
You know, in Ireland recently, they had a group of old women stood in the on O'Connell Street at the site of the old King's statue that the IRA blew up, and there's now a needle there. There's a big spire there. I think it's called the Dublin Spire. They had a
boy and his pipe bombs.
Yes, a Belfast boy. Yes, definitely. Probably threw one of his loaves at that statue, and that would have done it. And this group of old women, old fucking fishwives. Obviously, the husbands had been long dead. The men die far sooner than women, and they had their sort of refugees welcome here banners, you know. And it just reminded me that even when common sense prevails, you'll always get a small number of people who will happily fucking go against you. And that's the same in Israel. There's a very small number of Jews. They're not called the Orthodox Jews. It's a particular flavour of Judaism. Do you know what it's called? I can't remember. Kind of like we've got Seventh Day Adventists and things like that. It's a particular offshoot of Judaism.
You
got reformists.
Yeah. I can't remember what they're called, and they oppose everything. They don't just oppose what's happening right now. They oppose everything. It's more of a protest just against Israeli government than it is against what's actually happening. You know, it's just they'll fucking complain about anything.
That's right, argument. And Ubers. What's my thoughts on gypsies? I've worked for many gypsy families. Yeah, I used to train horses for them. I used to race their horses. The real point is what?
Agent X also points out that the Nazis were busy murdering all the disabled people, the gypsies and the blacks. Well, more blacks fought for for the Nazis than they did for the Allies, Agent X. So go and work that one out. You know, more Jews were decorated by the Nazis in battle than were decorated by the Allies. So again,
well, yeah, Hitler had 150,000 Jews in the German army. His German driver and his bodyguard was a Jew. His top surgeon was a Jew. Sorry,
his mother
top surgeon
was a Jew.
His
which
mother
means he's Jewish by birthright.
Yeah.
Well, that says a lot, doesn't it? He knew he was a cunt.
But his father had an affair with the servant, didn't he? Which was his Jewish mother.
He was a bit of a kinky fucker.
No,
wasn't he?
it was his. I've been to where he was born. It's a tiny little town called Brownell. I'm in, and it was en route from. I stayed in the village where they filmed The Sound of Music for a few days, and then drove north,
give us a
going back home. Yeah, I know. It has the church there and everything. If I'd have took a photograph of it, I'd be showing you right now where Maria and what's his name? Fucking, I don't know.
Baron
von I'm gonna whatever. Yeah.
Baron Greenback.
Yes. and he was born. No, he was born to his parents. So the property is still there. It's rented out by the local government and left empty. But they've played with the idea of turning it into hotels and some kind of a hostel or sort of charity refuge building for years. But it's still rented out by the local council so that it can't be used for anything else. But there is a plaque. There's a plaque below the window, and whilst we were there, so many people. There was a film crew filming there for whatever reason, and just so many people coming along taking a photograph outside Hitler's fucking birthplace. I did not take a photograph outside Hitler's birthplace. I'll let you know.
Which was one of the reasons why Adolf signed the Havara Agreement in 1933 with the Zionist Jews, which were obviously the Ashkenazi Jews, and then started transferring them to Palestine. And when they arrived in Palestine, they were given Palestinian passports.
This went on during the war as well. There's a museum in Nuremberg.
It was actually the UK. It was actually the UK that fudged up the Havara Agreement in the first place.
Well, it was an agreement with the Jews. The Jews had declared war on Germany because they weren't allowed to lend money anymore. So within about 6-8 years of stopping the Jews from lending money, Germany experienced what's known now as the economic miracle, because people weren't having to pay extortionate rents and interest on loans and all manner of things. The Jews had got themselves into everything. So the Havara Agreement was all about repatriating Jews. So say you had a millionaire Jew, 10 million in his bank. He wasn't allowed to leave the country with that 10 million. He had to buy German bonds. This happened all through the war, right until the end as well. So anyone come up here and tell me that fucking, they were being fried in the shower room. Germany, they had to buy German bonds, so Germany would take that £10 million, and then when the Jew returned to the country of his choice, could go anywhere in the world, he was given his money back in full in that country's currency. That's how rich Germany was.
Because
nobody lost,
agricultural machinery in the country.
Yeah, washing machines, fridges, everything, you name it.
Yeah, and
everything. That's why Germany became massive, because it used all of this Jew money to back itself up.
When they arrived in Palestine, they handed over their bond and they were given their money to then build their house and buy the equipment and vehicles, etc., that they required.
So answer me this question, Smiler, and this one's less combative. So how could Germany have had that policy and also had the supposed policy of keeping them in concentration camps and you know, roasting them? How does that work?
What do you mean, how does it work?
Well, how could it have both policies running consecutively? One where they were repatriated. This option was available to any Jew living in Germany at the time. In fact, I think Hitler even made a speech, or at least a report, a sort of a, you know, like a government announcement saying that due to sort of the breakdown in relationship, we understand that Jewish people won't feel comfortable here anymore.
I can't remember what the name of the square. I can't remember what the name of the square was, but there was a massive outdoor speech. I've also played it on my channel, yeah, where he gives that speech.
Okay, it was a speech then. I don't know if it was just a government handout.
No, it was a big speech.
You've done a lot of speeches in Munich, so I'm guessing it would be there.
I think it might have been not Geneva. Was it? It might have been Geneva or Paris. I can't remember where it was.
Oh, you didn't do it in Germany? Okay.
No.
Anyway, ministries burning the books as Hitler did all them years ago.
Well, do you know what books he burnt, Mark?
I don't. Tell us, Vince. Tell us.
Pornography. The first thing Hitler did was ban pornography. He also banned child sex as well. He made that a prohibitive crime. I think animal sex was also prohibited.
He didn't ban bondage, though, did he? Unless he was fucking well into that bit.
Yeah.
What's wrong with a bit of bondage, Rob? Oh, fuck me, I've started him off now.
There's nothing wrong with it. That's why he didn't ban it.
So yeah, they the Jewish the Jewish had a little penchant for extreme pornography as well. So they
it's all in the Talmud.
Down.
It's all in the Talmud. Tel Aviv is the gayest capital of the world. Tel Aviv was the first. The Jewish. I can't remember the name of the guy, but he was the first man to produce do the reassignment operation, and the first transvestite was a Jew.
Wasn't there a march recently where it was gays for Palestine, and the other marchers kicked them out?
They call themselves queers for Palestine, don't they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and yeah, they've got a shock coming.
Yeah.
So what we
I'm
saw
gonna call
happen...
5 minutes on the stream, guys, because this fire's making me tired, and I've got to fucking put it out before I go home.
So what we saw in Germany at the
Can we watch you try and put it out though, Mins? Like, I mean, I want to see this.
No, not seeing me pissing on it, pouring my squash on it.
Get your fire hose out. Go on.
What we saw Hitler stop in Germany is exactly what was allowed to continue in Rome and led to the fall of Rome. They literally just sat around and led hedonistic lifestyles, and in a very short amount of time, Rome just imploded. They'd legalized animal sex, child sex, pornography, pornographic theatre, and all manner of things. And And unfortunately, that was their demise. Hitler was not going to allow that.
We say, or you say that about the gays in Palestine. Do you know actually created the criminal code against same-sexual activity in Palestine?
Tell us.
It was the British Mandate, 1936.
Yeah. Well, we have always been prudish, and you would have found most people at that time when the mandate was written, most people would have agreed with it. It was the same for the anti-gay laws. Most people in society would have agreed with it. We tend to follow government doctrine. But in the Middle East, gay is outright banned. So what do they do? What do the gays do to get away with it? Because they're legally allowed to dress and live as women, servicing men that way, and it's perfectly acceptable in society. In fact, it's legal. It's been legal in Iran to be a trans and recognised by their government for hundreds of years to be a trans, but not gay. Of course I have. Of course I have.
What's it like?
Going to Iran dressed as a woman? It's one of my favourite go-to destinations.
You'll have to take Ultra with you next time.
Nobody loves like an Iranian man, let me tell you.
God, I've got to see a picture of you in stocking suspenders and a fucking...
No, you have not. So it's the same in Pakistan as well. So yeah, I can't remember the name of them, but men live perfectly normal lives, accepted by society, dressed as women. They work as prostitutes.
How much?
Well, you have to know how popular they are by when you look at the top pornographic Google searches in Pakistan is donkey sex. So, you know, there's not much to compete with there.
I've seen that on Top Gear. I can't remember which country they were going through, but
yeah,
there was a lot of donkey shagging.
Oh, that was South America. That's that's a rites of passage. That's when the son comes of age, the boy comes of age. The father will take him off into the outback and link them up with a donkey.
To be fair, the donkey looked like it was enjoying it.
Well, the donkey looked like it was having a whale of a time.
It weren't running off, put it that way.
Was it going hee-haw, hee-haw?
More like, give me more.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
Yeah, come on, let's get this chat back on track for the last few minutes. So let's talk about donkey sex. It makes much more sense than what you fucking boys have been talking.
I have no idea about that, Rob. So you carry on as you are. Educate us about it.
Hang on, I'm going to Google it. I need to get my facts straight. Do you have someone else hold the tail up, or do you hold the tail up yourself? You know, there's all these different factors that I'm, you know.
You've actually thought this one out, haven't you, Rob?
Well, I'm thinking about it now. I'm thinking about a donkey in, like, literally those stockings and suspenders borrowed off of you. Dressed up in women's clothes.
Is that to make the donkey look more appealing to you, Rob?
Wow. Well, not to me. You know what I mean?
Are you objectifying donkeys?
Wow. You know, do they care? Do they care whether they are, you know, male or female looking? You know, do they want to be pretty for you? You know, I mean, it's got to have a factor in it, isn't it? I mean, if it makes you go harder, then maybe the donkey wants that.
Fucking hell, Rob.
I told you I'm going to get this fucking chat back on track.
What was I going to say? Listen, is there any thoughts on the Iranian? Is it the president or whatever? His helicopter's crashed. Is there some conspiracies going to happen here, or is it just a helicopter crash?
Well, was the donkey fucking driving it?
It would be very convenient, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse is saying that an employee possibly put the wrong fuel in the helicopter. I don't know how accurate that is. I don't know if Mickey's being serious or not. But yeah, they've contacted somebody from the helicopter, so they'll know whether he's alive or dead by now.
Yeah.
Would be very convenient to get rid of him.
Yes.
Iran has been widely known as having a puppet government for years anyway, ever since they put the sort of the religious fucking nuts in power. They are the
ever since the
government.
British put in the religious nuts.
Well, of course. Well, the British have done this around the world, you know? Around the world. Name me a country they didn't do it. Smiler?
No, I can't.
Timbuktu.
I can show you all the proof that they've done it all over the world.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Was Gaddafi brought in by the British?
He was initially, but he was a wild dog, wasn't he? So
he was a rogue, wasn't he?
Follow, yeah.
Rogue agent.
Rogue.
Yeah.
That's why he lived in the desert. He knew he was a target. So many. It's like 150 attempts on his life, credible attempts on his life during his reign. They got him eventually. They paid enough people eventually to sort of turn on him, turn coats.
Yeah.
He was quite
I'm going to call a time on this now because I've got to get this fire out and get home.
Yeah, Ministry, thanks for having us on, mate. Smiler, Vincent, and Rob, and chat. Take it easy.
Good night.
Mate. Cheers everyone for coming on and making it a good fucking calm chat stream.
Cheers, Ministry. I'm going to drop off. Smiler, Rob.
Yeah. Oh, cheers, Vincent.
Nice one, Ministry.
Nice to see you, Rob.
Big up.
Cheers, Smiler.
Nice to come back to a wonderful stream. All right, have fun with that fire, mate.
It won't take me long. It's nearly dead now. That's just embers. So
when I see wildfires in fucking Wales tomorrow, I know where it's come from.
Yeah, it's my fault. Everything's my fault, Rob. You should know that.
Yeah, it's all your fault. Have a good rest of your night, bruv. Nice one. Take it easy, all, and to the chat. Big up.
All right, later.
All right, catch you later, mate. I might throw one up.
Nice one, Smiler.
Later.
There's plenty of people still about if you're going to check up alive. But yeah, cheers, everyone. I just wanted to come out tonight, get a bit of fresh air. I've been doing it sort of late night because in the warmth I struggle to sleep. So, I thought tonight, why not just instead of fucking tossing and turning and watching nothing on telly, I might as well just come out for a bit, recce out my first wild camping spot, and it's been a success. So cheers, everybody. Whoops, chuffing out.